We're live. Don't say any slurs. We're live. I know. I ruined your plans. Be funny if my mic was off, too. All right. We're live. Just do it. See if anybody shows up. Hey, Sebs is here. Hi. What's up, Sebs? I was just telling Jelly we haven't streamed or done any videos in forever, so the stream is not going to be big at all. Sniping Cow, hello, hello. TMI, though. Wake, what up? He said I'm winking it. All right, so I truthfully have no idea what we're doing today. And I know that's bad, but I didn't plan this at all. I just barely squeezed a stream in. Because we're kind of at a standstill with the house project, so I had some free time, and I was like, well, I haven't streamed, so I might as well stream. But I don't know what we're doing. I thought about doing a watch party for the Brawl Cup. But for my first stream back, that seems a little lame, doesn't it? That seems talking. I mean, it's going, and I can get a clean feed for it. This isn't live. This is live. But I don't know if it's worth watching. I don't know how you guys feel about doing a watch party. It's cool. And then I looked, and just Brawl didn't feel appealing today. But maybe we could play some Brawl. I'm not opposed. I just haven't played it all. And technically, if I use the live feed, if I do a watch party, I'm supposed to inform Supercell. There's some form I'm supposed to fill out, which I did not do. And I don't plan on streaming the whole thing. Like, I'm only going to go live for an hour or two. Because Jelly and I do have errands to run at some point today. Anyway, I honestly haven't watched Brawl Cup. I did watch yesterday. I'm not opposed to watching it. But we've never done a live watch party. And doing one on the first day that I come back, or on the only stream we've done in like 2 weeks, didn't seem like the play. They're gonna copy strike you, Jam. Whatever. Let it happen. They can have my 5 cent revenue that this stream will generate. Speaking of which, money. We got to pay the bill somehow. All right. Renovating my house ain't cheap. Anyway, chat, how have you been? How we feeling? Look, I still have hair. I haven't gone bald yet, like everyone's predicting. I should go brush it. How many people do you think are going to show up to this? I need to get back into making content, man. I've just been so busy. The room's almost done. And then I get to stain my deck. I did a clean team wipe with Lily's Wasabi. That's nice. That's dope. I haven't played it all. Whose Wasabi I just got Jay Young's of Wasabi. Is that a good one? I just got that today. I was thinking, I think I might spend some gems and get the... I'm not going to go all the way to Oni Kenji, but I think I might spend some gems and guarantee that I get Cursed Kenji, because I think that's a good skin. So I think I want to get that. I don't really care about Oni Kenji because I don't have his hypercharge, nor do I play enough to justify getting a hypercharge skin for him. But I'm only at 34 Wasabis, which is really bad. It's so bad. I haven't played at all, man. And I'm not lying either. Look at this. Oh, not Wasabis, sushis. I've only opened 34 with sushi. Hold on, I'm setting up the game so that we can watch me. So I can show you guys that I'm truthfully not lying about how much sushi I've opened. I have 143. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I don't know. I was doing good playing. I was playing consistently. And then, I don't know if it was this week or what, that people just exploded with the amount of sushi they got. But man, I just don't have any. I haven't played that. Truthfully, this week I have not played very much. And like, I've already finished my Brawl Pass and all that. But once I finished my Brawl Pass, I was done. I was like, yeah, whatever. So like 34 sushi. That's all I've opened. My phone's not doing that disturb right now. So I was thinking about buying 16 sushi, opening those, and seeing what we get out of them. But that's not like a YouTube video or anything like that. That's just us doing that for stream. Just so I get the skin I want. Get the guaranteed skin. So we can do that. That won't be a lot either. The event's almost over, though. Because, like... Bro, 244 for... 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16... 39 times 8. So I'm trying to figure out what the cheapest way to do this would be. 200 gems for that skin. Seems kind of crazy. 39 times 8. That's 312, so that's not the way to go. 6, 12, 18, that's 300 about. That's 297. That's just straight up 5. So maybe 164 plus 84, 248. Or I just buy the 15 and then open one. I think that's the way to go. I think I just buy those 15, and then we play a couple games and get the last one, and then we unlock Curse Kenji. I think that's the way to go. Chat, you're not very talkative today. Is it me? Am I lagging? Am I not reading chat? No, I refreshed, and you guys are not talking. I thought we were friends, man. What the hell? What happened? The ass seems dead. Whatever. I just won't stream anymore. Bye. Is that how it's gonna be, chat? They still haven't even started playing. I think they're gonna do like a half-hour pre-show. Like this is the NFL or some shit. And then they'll actually start playing the game. They're gonna yap like me. They're gonna have it. It's like a jam stream. I just woke up, Jam. Good morning. Chat, who is this Pookie? Sup, Jam? Sems is here. Well, he was. Bearded Dragon, hello. They should have Diddy up on stage. Well, Diddy's in jail, so they can't do that. He's literally in jail. And he's under trial. I know, it's crazy. I mean, it's likely early for everyone. I mean, it's noon my time, and then in the EU, where most of my viewers are, it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, like 3 or 4 o'clock. No performance from Diddy. He could do one from jail. He could stream it. If they really wanted that. King Dice, hello. Long time no see, buddy. How are you? The problem of having 2 monitors. Streaming from jail. Imagine if they did that. It'd be like Andrew Tate's house. People locked up, just streaming, taking off their clothes, showing their bodies. Just like Andrew Tate's house. Tribes losing to China is still crazy. Did they lose? I don't even know. I got the Kenji skin, but I still don't have Kenji. Dude, no way. Did you get the curse? Did you get the Oni Kenji or curse Kenji? I'm gonna go get my brush. I'll be right back. I gotta brush my hair. I'm gonna use the camera as a mirror. It's backwards though, so I'm not used to this. All right, that's good. That's good. All right, chat. Let's rip open some sushis. I'm gonna stop playing the wrong buzz gadget on open maps, dude. I always forget to switch my gadgets. If there's a gadget that's bad on a certain map, you can guarantee the contest isn't nice. Anyway, if there's a gadget that's bad on a certain map, you can guarantee I'm running that gadget. Like I run the Tara Vision one all the time on open maps. Just dumb. And that's my main brawler, you know. All right, chat. So like I said, I have 34 sushi opened. No, I have 84 sushi opened. I have 84 sushi opened, not 100. But I still need 16 to get to this Cursed Kenji skin. This is really the only one I care about because there's no way in hell that I'm going to get to 200 to get the Oni Kenji. I don't really care because, again, I don't play Kenji that much. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up some sushi and then get this skin. That's all I'm going to do. Sound good? Good. But I heard there's 2 free ones in the Supercell store, so I'm going to go check that out real quick. I thought you died? No, I didn't die. You may wish it, but I did not. No, I didn't die. I just been really busy, man. And I feel bad. I really do. There's no free sushi here. What are they talking about? Enter a code. Wait, hold on. Hold on, chat. Is this still good? Only active until May 26th? Just send it to my account, assholes. Is my sushi code still good? I don't even know, man. I don't feel like doing all this. All right, we're just gonna spend gems. Like, why am I using X-ray shades on close call? Exactly. I think they're talking about the QR codes. What QR codes? In the live stream? I seen one in Muyo's thingy. Hold on, Muyo. Announcements. Here. But it won't let me do it on my computer. I gotta do it on my actual phone. Which is the problem I'm having. Did I turn on Do Not Disturb? I should remember to do that. Do Not Disturb. There we go. Dude, Discord sideways on your phone is weird. Not a big fan. Brawl Cup Day 1. Visit site. Claim. Claim. Unable to claim. Oh, okay. So that was just the normal sushi reward thing. Same code then. Okay. Same thing. All right, so we're going to open up some sushi. Used to is crazy. I know, bro. I was just looking. I was just looking before I started stream, and I was like, dude, I haven't uploaded a video in all of May, and I only did, I think it was 2, maybe 3 videos in all of April. So in the last 2 months, I've uploaded 3 videos, and probably that many streams. I just opened and got all the skins on stream. Look at you, man. My Brawl Pass players, what's up? My Brawl players, what's up? What's up, Wonder Red? How you doing? Good luck. I'm just gonna do 15. I'm just gonna do 15. I lost my streak, chat. I lost my streak. We're restarting. It's a good thing that they don't punish you for losing your streak. I think that... Leave me the fuck alone! Pyro, what up, what up, what up? What is Black Belt doing here? Oh, Black Belt, you're getting a name for yourself? We love that. Good for you, Black Belt. Black Belt's been here for a long time. Well, he doesn't come to every stream, but he has been in many streams. All right, chat. So, like I said, I need 16 sushis to get the Cursed Kenji skin. It's really the last skin I really care about. Tanuki Sprout would be cool, but if I don't get it, I don't get it. And there's no way in hell I'm getting 200 to get Oni Kenji. So, we're just going to open up the 16 sushi. Now, we are going to have to win a couple of games to get that last sushi, unless I spend an extra extra couple of gems. But yeah, we're gonna do 15 right now and see how it goes. And he's streaming your stream, bro. Okay, that's cool. Anyway, let's go. Let's rip open some sushis and see how it goes. Sushi. All right, let's see if we get any good splits here. I haven't gotten really much out of sushi since like the first day. The first day I hit a 6 split. Oh my god, Inferno! The first day that sushi came out, I hit a 6 split. Got like 2 skins, and then I haven't gotten really much since. We got Juju's. Gree is bigger and has more health. Cool. Super creative there. You know, they don't do that for every spawner brawler. Get a skin? I would love to get a skin. I just spent 200 gems on it. It would totally justify spending the 200 gems. There's a split. Oh, man. Anyway, it would totally justify spending the 200 gems if I got the Tanuki Sprout skin. I think that's the only other one I can get out of this. See, these things suck, bro. I got an 8 on the first day, never got one again. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, man. It was like the first day was blessed, and after that, nothing. Spicy! Hot! There are event skins. Need a 4 split for it? I would love it, bro. Oh, I got Edgar's. That's kind of cool. There's a 2 split. There we go! That's what I'm talking about, chat! Woo! Is that Tanuki Sprout? Is that Tanuki Sprout? I didn't have the gray skin. Damn it! I wanted the Sprout one. I didn't want Gray's. All right, Gray's is fine. Gray's is fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Still cool, yeah. I agree. WoW is cool. Extremely increased movement. Anything good? Stews. He shoots when he supers. Wanderer Gray's my favorite so far. Hey, man, no hate, no hate. All right, I'm just a little disappointed. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I was just a little disappointed. I thought it was going to be the Tanuki Sprout one. Fish. I apparently only needed 15. I don't know. Oh, wait. Does it count the individual sushis from like the split and everything? That's great, because then that saved me. But I wasn't expecting this, and my reaction to getting it kind of sucks. Yeah, it does. Oh, all right. So I thought you needed to open like, I thought it was like star drops where like you get one, it counts to one. Okay, so individual splits, that counts. Cool. Cool. That means we just got a whole bunch then, because it's like 2 per. Sweet. So we got Curse Kenji, and it only cost me 200 something gems, which is cheaper than what you guys got it for, or is more expensive than what you guys got it for, but we got it. That's a whole legendary skin too. Sheesh. We got a legendary skin. Brawl Stars, you shouldn't have. Brawl Stars, you shouldn't have. The sad thing is I basically paid face value for that. I paid 200 gems for a legendary skin when people got it for free. Why do I do this? I had the gem sitting around though. I just want to point out, I spent 200 gems and I still have 600, almost 700 gems to spend. I just want to say I had it sitting in my wallet, all right? Look what I got, wow. My G. I would love to share if anyone's wondering. I would love to share. Can I give Thor his Brawl Pass yet? Chat, I did not forget about Grumpy Thor. So Supercell has this stupid policy where they're doing the variable price shit for people, and I was unable to give Thor his Brawl Pass. I still have it sitting in my account, and I'm waiting to be able to give it to him. I have tried. Every time I've signed on, I basically have tried. I have not forgotten to give him his Brawl Pass. So look, Grumpy Thor, donate. You see, it still doesn't work. Oops, unable to donate. See, I still have it. I'm still waiting to give it to him. I know, I feel really bad for him. I haven't actually DM'd him, but I don't want to keep DMing him like, hey man, it still didn't work today. It still hasn't worked today. I just want to give it to him. Grumpy Thor getting scammed. Not by me. Supercell scammed him. It wasn't me, chat. It wasn't me. Hey, chat. It's actually starting. Do you guys want to watch this? You guys want to watch this? Scammed on accident? It was a true accident. I low-key want to watch it. We could do a watch party. I don't care. It's easier on me. We can watch better players. All right, chat. We're gonna watch matches in between sets and all that. We'll play the game. Sound good? I forgot to watch that shoot. You guys want to listen to the feed? We can listen to the feed. I'll turn off my music.
I feel like this one is going to be a doozy. I think this is definitely one that deserves to go all.
So I don't know anything that's going on, but we do have Zeta versus SK here, so that's cool.
Both of them have won 2 months.
I couldn't name a single player on either team, truthfully. Does Spen still play for SK? Or does he play for Tribe now?
SK Gaming versus Zeta. Both black and white logos.
The only thing I know about Brawl Esports. Did you say Spen? He used to be on SK, right?
That trophy, the bragging rights, the glory, the
Broski. Jam that better have been a joke. I know he's retired. I know, chat. Relax, all right? I do know Bobby's not playing in the Brawl Cup. This is called. I don't even know what this competition's called. He retired like 4 years ago. You wouldn't put it. I wouldn't put it past you. Truthfully, like 4 years ago, I paid way more attention to competitive. Honestly, when they started bringing drafting around, I kind of fell out because I was like, dude, this sucks because you get forced into playing the same team over and over again. There's like a predictions thing I'm supposed to be doing, right? This thing? How to earn pro XP. I don't need to watch a video though. Just let me earn my pro XP. Alright, I'm gonna take this off here.
Well, today, SK Gaming have got a fantastic opportunity ahead of themselves to really make a statement. With Pedro in the side of things.
Is this the clean feed? Oh, you guys are looking at the wrong thing. My bad. Oopsie. NA is so trash, it's sad. That's kind of mean. W streamer, dude, I realize it, all right? Calm down. I want to try to get some league shit out of this. Not league, whatever.
But this is a completely new set of players. I mean, Levi, Suzuku, mostly unproven in the sense that they've been great in the region, but when it comes to that international competition, LCQ's as far as they've made it, and they've fallen short now multiple times, whether together, whether separate. This is a real opportunity for them too. I think it means a lot to them. I mean, you talked about it.
How do I do my predictions and participate?
It's the battle of the regions for a reason. I mean, I think teams like Tribe Gaming are certainly kicking themselves right now because they didn't represent the region like they were supposed to. These guys have a lot on their shoulders. They're carrying an entire region, including some of the greats like Tensai, Choppy, past world champions.
Just looking at the org itself,
Watch Brawl Cup.
Division has hoisted some trophies before. They have been back-to-back world champions. On the other side, we have SK Gaming waiting to win their very first international tournament.
I'm watching on two perspectives. You got to go to the feed and vote. I have it open over here. You're talking about this page, right? This page?
Only 30 agree with us too.
It's nice to see at least the poll.
It's
which
so
is looking,
loud.
less one-sided than some yesterday, but even
How do I
that
turn
is
it down?
still,
Why
I
is it
feel
so
like, a little
loud?
bit
Jesus
slanted.
fuck.
Kind of wild as well to think back to the World Finals.
Shut the fuck up.
The World Finals last year, both of these two teams losing to Humble and
Jesus Christ.
themselves here today.
We are not watching that feed. You got to click your icon. 70-30 is diabolical.
No surprises there, as you don't want to hand that trade to Shatampo one more time. Let's see if later on we do see that 100% win rate gets slanted a little
Results
bit.
and
Buster's gonna be the
predictions.
first pick
See
here.
results.
Something we've seen from SK Gaming yesterday,
Let me
and it worked well for them.
let me participate.
On the rise as well.
It won't let me do any predictions today.
Keep note too, especially with this map.
Oh, I can still.
Right now, if we get there later, triple dribble. This is
It won't
where
let me. It won't let me
both
vote.
these teams really like
Whatever,
Jabal. They
man.
used him a ton.
Whatever, man.
Buster is a first pick
I
that's
don't care.
interesting.
It's
I
just
don't
the
think
pro
we see it all
pass.
the time, but he is one of those free brawlers in rank that you all should be looking out for.
How do you think
Phenomenal
is
brawlers.
willing?
Lucky
What?
that you all can get your hands on him, no matter what player you are.
I'm kind of surprised. I was going to say Janet's dropped off, but it is
Yeah,
the first pick
yeah,
for Zayton more
yeah.
than not, but
So we got a Janet pick. So we got Buster, Janet on layered. Buster on layer cake seems kind of crazy, but I'm still of the old school mind where like you should just play snipers on layer cake. And Buster can definitely work, but because of his shield and bouncing shots back and allowing you to push up the map a little bit more. So we'll see how it goes. They banned Hank, Gus, and Shade, and they banned Carl, Kenji, Lumi. SK gonna ban Shade every game. Did they get burned by Shade or something? It's probably because you're too late. Yeah, it's fine. I don't care. Who do I got winning? I'm saying Zeta. Zeta has traditionally been one of the best teams in the entire world. And last year, the fact that they didn't make it to the finals was kind of crazy. Side Tempo on Shade has 100% win rate. Does he actually? That's crazy. He's the one. No. Yeah, Side Tempo is the one that's the crazy max, too, right? Like, he's got, like, insane jukes with max and Melody. Is that Side Tempo I'm thinking of? No, that's Tensai. Oh, okay. Never mind. Tensai is the goat, max goat.
Just a cheesy hot zone strategy on ladder. These pro players have picked up on it a ton, especially with hypercharges getting the mix great.
Shadow, the fact that you know this is kind of nuts to me. They also banned Kenji and Lumi. Yeah.
But I'm definitely scared now with that busted Dre combo. As I'm sure Zeta will be very cautious to not find themselves on those back lines. If they get something like that for control on top of this aggression and HP, then I feel like it could be.
So both sides have a pull right now. So both sides can pull. They go Juju with their last pick.
Of course, Grigri as well going to be helpful into it.
Weird comp. Weird comp. What is Buster gonna do to help these guys? If they pick a range brawler, the Buster's kind of just there, you know? Like if they go a thrower here, the Buster's kind of just existing. And this is why I don't like draft format, because now they're locked into the Buster. If the Buster doesn't work, whatever brawler they take here, if the Buster doesn't work, they're just locked into it. You gotta trust the Buster. You gotta trust. 100% faith.
But if you're good,
Stu.
especially Suzuku, for example, phenomenal Stu player. I don't mind
Stu player. We get to see some high-level Stu play. Does this look okay if I go full screen?
But I agree, it's not necessarily the big heavy hitter that I want to see in a map and mode like Bounty and Layer Cake, but in their hands,
I should be watching the
they can bring something with it. And the speed zone as
I should
well,
probably
again,
fill out the
really great support, just allowing everyone to get
the
really
Supercell
into the map
form.
and potentially wall break
I'll
as
do that.
well
Hold on a
is an
second.
option.
Give me 1 second, chat. I'll switch it right back. I just don't want to leak anything real quick. I have to do something for Supercell really quick. Hold on 1 second. I'm doing something as a creator that that I should have had done already, but I didn't plan on doing this, and it's a good thing that I closed that screen because I would have leaked the document that we're supposed to be doing. All right, so I'm going to put the game on right now. All right, here you go, chat. If you mess up the draft, you're crazy. Jam and draft. Jam and draft.
Yeah, getting some break of the bush would go a long way here for SK and just take away some of that unpredictability, really, as Zeta are really getting themselves stuck in at home.
Creator studio name. Jam. Do I put Jam's Gaming Station or JAM-Brawl Stars? I'm just going to put JAM-Brawl Stars. I think that's my main one now.
Ready for this inevitable push coming in from Zeta. If Zeta are able to deprive as much as they can, then they're not going to have anything to defend. Finally, agree there from Yoshi, but he is out of position, going back there, utilizing the water, trying to connect those shots to get that slow effect.
I'll check day 3 too, just in case I stream tomorrow. I don't plan on it, but
grab blue star, play defense, and especially with
please input the stream link.
Where Buster can just charge his super up in a moment's notice. Yoshi can play the distance. Now they're on the offensive though. Grabs
Day
one
one.
distance a second, not enough for a kill though. Suzuki under heavy fire. We'll have to back away for now.
Yeah, no hypercharge yet for Suzuki. Nice shots from the OP. Takes to the skies now as well. Shitapo goes in. A nice TP away from Joker, who finds then Shitapo as well. That's 3 stars leading now. Follow up as well to Suzuki. 5 stars for SK.
Wait. Not the link to your channel. Oh, I have to put my stream's link in. Got it. That's stupid.
Number 1, Chitampo moving alongside his teammates. A massive pull goes through. Joker lands the mark. Trade 7-2. Plenty of time for Yoshi to get around this left-hand side.
Yo.
Bottom right corner, and SK Gaming come through in game number 1.
A very comfortable start. The confidence exuding there.
Sorry, I'm doing Supercell. I'm doing work for Supercell. Give me a minute. So the reason why they want people to do this is so they can monitor how many people are doing watch parties, and then they can report that as viewers for the stream for future sponsors.
That's 2 stars already, just to 1 of Zeta as the blue star gets hands over swiftly. Now taps into Suzuki. Tampa coming into this left-hand side. Again, getting themselves
stairs.
Healing back up accordingly.
Dude, how long until AI can do captcha for me? That's what I need. All right, cool. We're done. All right, now I can pay attention. Sorry, chap. Jam is my favorite watch party streamer. This is the first time we've done it. I'm not opposed to doing it, but all right. So what do we got going on? So we got Janet on the right. We got Stu in the mid. They abandoned the left lane because Juju's kind of dominating it over there. And again, like I said, the Buster's kind of just hanging out. I don't know how the Buster went the first game. Oh shit, he got him with a pole. That is crazy that he went aggro like that. He's kind of getting owned now, though. Oh, shit.
Close once again.
SK is hanging on.
Ooh, a nice little walking cane. Not enough to
The walking cane was too far away, though.
Pressure being applied. Chitampo, right hand in, skating up and down. We haven't seen him get a ton of supers, and Stu obviously relying on that.
All right, so they got Buster super now. He gets the pole. All right, so they need to be aggro because they have the star advantage. SK, so Zeta needed to try to push into the Buster. So the Buster did kind of cook a little bit. Oof. Nope. They're gonna get him. Oh shit, he's got 400. Nope. Feels bad, man. They almost had him. That would have swung the game if they had gotten that kill. Wait, I saw Gray using teleport healing star power. Yeah. SK my goats. So I doubted the Buster pretty hard, but he kind of cooked.
I just feel like SK played it better for the most part. I like that they had a thrower. Obviously, once Gray
3 kills, 155 DPS. DPS wasn't the highest, but that's because he really couldn't do like a whole lot. Like it was a lot of sitting around waiting and then just popping off. You got to trust and bust.
It's kind of getting a little
I'm just going to say, me as that Buster, I get cooked, all right? 9 times out of 10, I do not do the shit he did. That shit was unreal. Can Buster charge his hypercharge from star power? I don't believe so. I don't think the charging zone gives him his hypercharge. I could be wrong. I truthfully don't play that much Buster. Buster's busting in. Those pulls were crazy. The Buster pulls was nuts.
No problem with any of
I think it does.
Maybe a little on the low right now in terms of where he's been in the past, but where's the quick burst of damage? Yeah.
It's busting time.
Tap, tap, you're dead. TP from Gray, surprise attack. I just feel like there were more.
All right, what's next? What do we got next?
Constant pressure in the grass. Unless you get a big time wall break with a gene pull, what were they really supposed to do?
Well, I think we both agree that draft speaking for Zeta needs to be a little bit better in the next map. For sure.
I actually don't think Zeta's draft was that bad. Maybe the Stu pick going into the Buster like that. I think a thrower would have benefited them a little bit more. That's just me being like armchair analyst here. I think a thrower would have benefited them a bit more than an aggro brawler. Because you saw the Buster pulling the Stu the minute he went aggro, and then it pulled him way out of position to the point where he wasn't ready, you know? Star power recharges from trait. I thought that's what he meant, but I didn't want to correct him. So we got double swoosh gem grab. Do we see any Tara play here? Do we see a Tara ban? I want to see some high level Tara play. Give it to me. Straight trait, star power, same thing. Gears, straight, trait, star powers, gadget. What's the difference? Super, main attack. It's all the same shit, right? It's all part of a brawler's kit. Let me see it. They're gonna ban her. Yep, banned. No Jackie, no Tara, no Janet, no Kenji, Jay, or Lumi. Poco, Hank, same brawlers. Yeah, exactly. They all do the same shit. Doug would go hard here. Maybe. I don't think... something in my gut tells me they're not going to go Doug, but you never know. Sometimes they pull out the crazy hot dog, you know?
His win rate with that particular brawler is probably going to be one of the highest in the world.
No Jam Young sadness. I imagine he's going to get banned a lot, just because he's a good brawler. We got a Chester to start. What makes you think they wouldn't go Doug? That he's the worst brawler in the game for a long time. Traditionally the worst brawler.
Still readily available. Amber, somebody that's obviously climbed back up, especially with the hypercharge and that open lane for visibility for constant damage. Really nice. Several options though. I mean, Pam's
let's see what they pick. I wonder if they don't go mid first, right? Finks. Ooh, that's different. My second favorite, retired. LOL. It's a battle of the Dino mains. Finks is a wild pick, but Finks got locked like every game yesterday. Did he actually? Oh, they're bringing the Buster back. Except it's gonna be on Zeta side this time. Dino ass draft. We just need a cheeky we just need a cheeky Ash pick now. They could run Hank. Somebody could bust out the Hank.
Very much so. It's kind of like their second highest pick.
Hank is not banned.
So I want to see whether that is a potential mid there to come through here. It's an odd one. It's not considered tried and tested. Gene. Yeah,
Gene.
Myself. It's a bit safer. And of course, the vision gear going to be quite crucial with that particular brawler.
Hank might be the god tier play. It depends on, I don't know, because they could go with a tank counter right now, and that would totally nullify Hank. But into Buster and Finks, I wouldn't hate it. And they go Daryl. I like Zeta's draft more. The Daryl does give them some aggro. They got anti-tank in the Chester. It could be sneaky good, SKs. Let's see what this last pick is. I expect it to be a longer mid-range brawler, possibly. Joker's got to lock in. Lily. Well, I was wrong. They go with another aggro brawler. Yeah, I kind of lean towards more towards SK here. I don't like Lily's really good, right? And she could definitely like sneak up and get the kill at the last second there. I've been playing this game for years, and I don't think I've ever seen Jean be considered bad in competitive play. he did. Yeah, I think like last year he was kind of bad, but yeah, for the most part he's pretty good. Bo exists. I think Bo would have been a pretty solid pick. He could have opened up the bushes, opened up the map a little bit, and he would have been a long-range brawler with a decent amount of health that isn't too susceptible to Daryl. I would have loved that pick, but all right, so they're clumped up in the middle. OP's on the right. Nobody's really trying to work that left side there. All right, now we got Yoshi breaking off to the left. Pretty interesting. I wonder if anybody's running vision gear here. All right, so we got the slow zone down from the Finks over there. Yoshi opens up the bushes. Joker's just poking away. He's got all the gems right now. Oh, the Lily goes aggro and gets clapped. Eesh. Eesh. That's the risk of Lily right there, though. So Joker's got pull now, so he can pull that gem over to them when he wants it. Saitama didn't disappoint me. The Lily going aggro again? No, she activated her gadget just to hang out in the bush. No, oh, she didn't activate her gadget. My bad. Oh, Lily's got her hypercharge. Oh, he gets the kill. He's not going to get away, though. He's not going to get away unless his gadget comes off cooldown. Nope, 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 nope. So he needed his gadget to come off cooldown there. That way he could get away, but it just didn't happen. So it's a little more evened out now. It's 5-8. So that gaining control there was definitely pretty key for them. It was good that the other two brawlers didn't go too aggro trying to get the gems. Cooldown's way longer now. Would have never happened. Yeah. Lily's going aggro. No kill. He's got... Oh, hyper... Ugh. I think that's going to be game right there. Chester could have clutched. Yep. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. OP's going aggro to try to stop. Yeah. The Lily had 2 chances to try to clutch that game up, but that's one of the risks of running Lily is you don't know where everyone's going to be when you go into the Shadow Realm. You're kind of just playing the guessing game, and unfortunately he spawned on top of the Chester and took way too much damage there. He almost was able to get those gems out of there when he got the kill on, I believe it was Joker, in their spawn, but he couldn't get out of spawn, unfortunately. If SK wins this, they could win it all, to be honest. Is this best of 3? Yeah, it is best of 3. Like, is the set best of 3, so, like, or best of 5? Doncrafts, what's up? Long time no see, buddy. How you doing? They're probably coming so she would know where the enemy... Oh, yeah, that's true. They do calm, right? 2 aggros is there. No area control. That's what I thought, too. I thought they would have gone with either a sniper or a thrower. But they went with 2 aggros, and it's not working out for them. All right, the Lily goes aggro again into the Joker, or into Yoshi, which is playing Chester, unfortunately. Doing fine, long time indeed, yeah. You still playing Brawl? So it's 6-2. Joker's got 4 on him. They pull the Buster, I believe that was. The Lily had to use her gadget to get away from the Daryl. And they already have countdown. They need to crunch these guys here. Lily does have hypercharge. It is possible, and she's going to be able to go in with the Buster. They pick up a kill. They might make it. Oh, they're making a comeback. Oh, shit. They didn't get all the gems, unfortunately, but there's 4 at spawn right there. So they have countdown now, and they can give up mid because that's the way the numbers work. They just need to hold on here. And our camera needs to move up so we can see the actual gameplay. There we go. Buster's clutching up. Oh, shit. Ooh, they pick up 1 kill there. Reset countdown. They need to kill the Chester. They need to get the Chester out of there. He's doing way too much damage. All right, so they get the Chester gone. 7 seconds. Now they got to worry about getting the Daryl diving in. Daryl dies. No kills. They swing it. less than before. Yeah, I hear you, man. Life gets busy. The game gets boring. Take a break. Come back a little bit, you know? That's what I do a lot. That is it, GG. That was a crazy comeback, man. They getting the gems out of spawn like that, and while they didn't pick up all the gems out of spawn, they were able to get the ones from the middle, which obviously saved the day. And then not totally wiping to that Daryl and Chester crunching down on them was clutch. All right, game 3. So right now, you got the Lily holding down the middle of the map, quite literally the middle of the map. They're crunching down on the left with the Buster and the Finks. Oh. So he supered, attacked, and then went into the Shadow Realm to get away because he knew he wasn't going to survive that interaction. But he did weaken him, so that is good.
The gems pretty much even at this present moment in time. OP says you're going to slide into one. Definitely not the ideal gem carry to have, but now those gems dropped this fall.
All right, so right now Zeta has the advantage here. They have to back off a little bit, though, because they're not at full strength. They need to heal up a little bit.
No easy ones.
Daryl's going to roll right in, right? So he deletes the Finks. He's going to heal up a little bit, and he's going to roll in on the right side. From the left to the right, I mean. Ooh.
Instant reaction there at a Joker, and they'll pick up a nice frag.
Has taken care of some of the bush, though, on their spawn side. Might be greatness.
Some guy has a Bobby notes takes notes sign. That's funny as hell. Yeah, Bobby's studying all these plays. The Daryl totally wasted both supers there. Did you see that? He rolled right in, got deleted. So they are crunching down right now. Unfortunately, Yoshi wastes his hypercharge going in on the Chester, which I don't know why, or not Yoshi, but the Lily, my bad. Obi going in for no reason. Obi's going in right here into a 3-on-1. Gets deleted again. Oh, that's the gem for a countdown right there. So they have 10 gems on the Buster, and they're about to have 2 people spawning at full health. I think this is Zeta's game right here. Unless the Chester and the Daryl push in on the same side at the same time, I don't see them resetting this. Yep, that's it. That's going to be it. Zeta with the reverse sweep. And we all doubted their draft. None of us thought that draft was good, but they clutched it up there. Barely. Damn, that was close. True and factual. It was very close. Close games are the best ones. Yeah, I'd rather see a close game than a total stomp. Is this best of 3 or best of 5 set?
They used Finks on the lane. We're used to seeing him be a point guard right down the middle of the map. Instead, it's Levy.
I need Zeta to win. I voted for that. Best of 3. Okay, so this is going to be match point here.
And you've got to ask yourself the question, because of that very reason, going back to the draft, when SK Gaming first picked Chester, they could have first picked Buster, and it was definitely a
What's the next game? Brawl Ball? It's probably Hot Zone, right? My guess would be like Hot Zone or Knockout. I hope it's not Knockout. I truthfully hate Knockout as a competitive mode. I understand it might be better, but to me, it's very stalemate and very pokey. It's Heist. That's better. How is Heist for competitive players now because the Heist changed? Is it still hated, or do people enjoy it? New Heist rework is so fun to watch. Yeah. I thought it would be a good change for Heist too. As a player, it can be frustrating for me, but as a viewer, I can see why it's more interesting because it forces ebbs and flows. You know what I mean? It encourages pushing and then backing off after you get the shield up. I swear SK is putting faith. I swear SK, I'm putting my faith in you. No team can just instant melt the safe anymore. Yeah, that's what I mean. Especially with the way DPS has changed in the game. The level of DPS is so much higher than it was when Heist was originally made. The safe did not stand a chance. Like, it used to take like a full minute and a half to kill a safe, maybe a minute. And now you can do it in like 20 seconds with the way brawlers are built nowadays. So adding that change is better. Like, if you consider you had brawlers like Melody and 8-Bit and who's another really high DPS brawler that could just melt the safe? I don't know. You know what I mean? But like, you have these, like, DPS is just so much higher than it used to be. I think yesterday they had such a large gap, the percentage that they just stopped moving the last 15 seconds. Angelo Cook's here. Kaboom Canyon, yeah, I can see that. Sams.
love that pick.
The Sems is here. Sems, where did you go?
And that's definitely a Zeta division.
Sems, we landed on doing a watch party today. We'll play some games in between sets because they normally yap for a little bit.
Always good to see a Chuck ban, Lily ban
But,
is absolutely necessary.
yeah, we landed on a watch party
That
today.
Melody being banned up by Zeta, it's an interesting one. It's certainly one that they would like to have picked themselves. So
I had to eat. Was it good? Did you enjoy your food?
I imagine on their side, kind of
I need some water. I'm talking a lot. My mouth is going to get real dry.
Let me open here as well. First pick,
Ooh, Carl.
particular brawler.
I'm not even talking about what's going on. All right, so we got Eve, Sphinx, and Lily banned, and they also banned Melody, Lumi, and Chuck. Those are all pretty solid bans. Lily's kind of interesting, but because it's a bushy map, I can understand it. First pick, Colette. Second pick, Carl. Carl's solid in Heist nowadays with his super and his hypercharge. Could be pretty good. He does really good safe damage. Although he melts it right to shield, and then knocks himself out of his super. So it's not like the best. It would be like an all-in finale for me, like the way I would play. But these guys are way better than me, so you know. Then they go Amber, always good for Heist. She does good damage. She got good range. Bonnie, the new best brawler in the game. Bonnie gets picked, and then they go Angelo. So we got fairly good range with one semi-aggro, and then we got a diver on one side, and then these guys look like they're gonna try to pick away from a distance somewhat as well. Carl's got good damage from a distance, plus his aggro. Charlie, interesting. Charlie and Heist, huh? It could counter the Colette. It could. But I don't know. Charlie in 2025 Heist is crazy. True and factual. Dino ass draft, kinda. Bonnie going good. Bonnie being good still doesn't seem right to me. Hank doesn't seem right to me either, but I finally come around to admit that Hank is a good brawler. It took me a while, it took me months, but I finally admit Hank is scary and I get annoyed by him. I'll never play him because I'm not going to be able to use him right, but yeah. Anyway, let's see how this goes. Acceptance, true and factual. I'm in the final stage of morning. All right, so is it Levy? Levy instantly gets deleted. And they have total control of the middle right now, SK. Zeta's on their back foot right now. Fortunately for them, Zeta did not push up very far. If they do get another team wipe here, I do imagine they're going to press the safe quite a bit more. Tempo's going right for the safe. And Yoshi stops him. We got Opie going a little aggro. All right, so we are reset back to fighting for control here. SK does have a 13% lead on the safe, so that is unfortunate for them. And it's getting worse. It's getting worse. 26% now. Hank is a broken brawler, and Buzz is a balanced brawler. I still think Buzz. I still think his stun mechanic's a little broken. Hear me out here. It's still broken. All right, this is their opportunity to go a little more aggro. Ooh, dude, that safe is done. They have gotten no damage. Their draft was not good here. They didn't take any brawlers that could do, like, quick safe damage. And I know Melody and Chuck were banned, but... Oh, wait, here we go. This could help them, but he's going to activate the shield and get himself knocked out. There it is. Unfortunately, it's too little too late. They are melting the safe up top on Zeta's side. Suzuku is on the safe doing a little bit of damage here, but I think it's, again, too little too late. They have a lot of ground to make up, and they need to play some kind of defense, and they are not doing that. The safe is gone. They need Carl to be on safe, yeah. Carl sold because of Gadget.
Look, it's just a brawler that I don't believe is high enough on the tier list. I love it on paper. It's something that I feel like you, me, all of us have brought up.
Dino, did you vote?
Other regions just didn't believe in this brawler. East Asia really the only one, and Zeta Division, oddly enough, were a team that I feel like never actually used it on their run to monthly finals win last time. It makes sense. I love the extra spawners, but in terms of high safe damage, it's not crazy unless you get down the sidelines. It's just so much range you have to outgun.
Speaking of the draft, you know, it makes sense, like you say, but it's just...
I didn't vote either, Kank. Don't feel bad. I'm watching this, and I didn't even vote. Same thing, Sems. I'm watching this. I didn't even vote. Dino, Sems, me, Kank. This is the first year I'm actually invested in competitive. Yeah, only because of the pro pass. You fell exactly into their trap, Shadow. You're doing exactly what they wanted you to do. They reworked ranked, added the pro pass to try to get people more invested and competitive because you can push the pro pass because of it. And now you're invested and you're just pushing your pro pass. I forgot about the pro pass. I forgot about it. Well, you know what? There goes my theory. All right. I tried to justify it for you, Shadow. I gave you an out. Holy shit, this is a live game. This isn't replay. All right, pay attention. So we got Carl on the safe here. It looks like they're just going to ignore the Carl, and they're just going to rain down damage on the safe and end this game. The Carl by himself cannot keep up with that. He needs to abandon the safe damage and go play defense. It doesn't look like he's going to do that. And again, see, this is why you just ignore certain brawlers on the safe, because they just can't keep up. 1v3 on the safe. They just don't compare. The Carl was on the safe that entire game. He did 50% damage, which is a decent amount. But if you can keep 2 people, 3 people on the safe, you just sell out and win. I keep spending 30 euros and playing ranked 4 months in a row as hell. Nah. SK are so goated. It was a good call to just ignore the Carl.
On that left-hand side, I feel like the Colette pick first kind of locked out Zeta Division because that was a Bonnie frequent pick.
Oh, this is best of 5, bro.
Maybe throw them off their game a little bit. I mean, 2 solid brawlers, Amber and Carl. I just don't know if this is the best.
One more win and you're golden. Yeah, this is best of 5. This isn't best of 3.
It isn't.
So we're on match point now.
It made some sense in terms of like the counter, but it just wasn't good enough. And like I said, we were watching that.
Yeah, their draft wasn't the greatest. I don't know where they went wrong though. What did they? Amber. I think the Charlie pick was a problem. I don't think Charlie held up her own. I think they needed something that could keep Colette down. So you needed something with a little bit more range, so Colette couldn't get her super off of that. Maybe something like a Bella or a Piper would have done better there. Or something. You don't want to go tank into her. So yeah, I would think some kind of maybe Brock. But yeah, I don't think the Charlie pick was all that there. Zeta's only problem is draft. They're mechanical demons, but they draft are always on the weak side. It seems like it, right? It seems like they've been on the back foot. I mean, we didn't like their draft for gem grab, but they were able to make it work. And I think they messed up in the draft. It's always like one player that drafts bad. Like the stew is what sold them in Bounty. If they had just gone with like a thrower and stayed away from the Buster, they would have done better in Bounty, I think. But they didn't do that. They went with an aggro brawler into the Buster, and that's what ended up ultimately selling them. And then there was the Charlie pick, which I know the spiders can do good damage to the safe, but you needed to be able to counter that Colette, and they didn't do that. They say the game. It's what they say. Draft is 70%, skill is 30%. They made it work because OP sold, laughed my ass off. BB could work. All right, so we got triple dribble. So I imagine Rico is going to get banned here because Rico is a demon on this map.
I think that the tanks come out to play for sure, and to be banning out B and others for counter purposes.
B on this map is kind of questionable though because there's so many walls. You don't really want to do that. Throwers are really good on this map too. I would imagine to see something like a Juju ban or something like that. What if someone dodges? Jay Young, Hank, Chester, Finks, Kenji. No throwers, no Rico ban. Interesting. Larry and Lori. It could happen. You never know. No Rico ban is interesting. I imagine somebody's going to go Rico. He's a demon on this map. They stopped the Dino draft.
Certainly for Brawl, I feel like it's his best mode. So I'm kind of expecting
Lumi being banned in every match is crazy.
Like I say, in EMEA, it's certainly been utilized.
It's not really crazy. They didn't nerf her yet. I hope SK wins. I hope SK wins.
First brawler that springs to mind on this kind of map and mode, to be completely honest, it is saying that we are ready to counter your tank, but we are still available for that same reason as well. So keeping the walls.
Let's go, SK! Let's go! Kill the Lou! I hope the Lou goes 0-10.
I mean, they could literally pick B right here, and not only is it a good brawler to counter out tanks, but it's also a good matchup in the Lou. So I do think question marks on that first overall pick. Again, Lou not a bad brawler, but with Hank out of the way, that's going to be one of the more traditional counters. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I mean,
Why do they have Zeta on their
He's a
things?
great brawler, one of the higher picked ones for a reason. This
That was frame 1. All right, so they are going to go with B here, which is kind of crazy, but what are you going to do, right?
But let's hope that they are cooking up something hot that I'm not seeing through.
I feel like B's not that great on this map.
I am. And there's the shade.
Ooh,
It's
shade.
one of those things that was not banned out by either team, and as we were saying,
Stu
this is
could
a
work.
high top pick for SK Gaming. They play it the most in scrims. It's got a 68%.
Are they going to go with a... They got to go with another aggro brawler, right? Because you already have a control brawler here. You already have a control brawler. And you have an aggro. You need another aggro, I think. And then on this side, you have one control. So you need an aggro and another... You need to bring something that can deal with close range too. So some kind of anti-tank. Ooh. Well, there you go. There's a tank right there. There's your aggro brawler. Shade can attack through walls. Jackie can attack through walls. I wumbo. You wumbo. He, she, we wumbo. Go SK.
Potentially something of a tankier option as well. Let's see.
Jackie Lou, disgusting behavior. Jackie's my goat.
Is like being able to break through some of that color, and that's an SK Gaming final pick to decide whether they want to go for it.
Ollie.
Division as well.
Jam and Dino support SK for life now. True and factual. Strong handshake.
But again, little healing on the side of Zeta for SK Gaming now.
I'm a real one. I voted for SK. I didn't vote at all. Based.
If they go for a flashy little primo here on the top.
So I do like Zeta's draft here. Ollie's one of the best in the game. I think that Jackie could be a sneaky good pick, and then Lou just offers really good control here. Shelly. I do maybe it can work because Yoshi can deal with tanks, Shelly can deal with tanks, and then you have an aggro brawler in Joker. I think Zeta wins this. I do like Zeta's draft a lot, but they did go pretty... They can deal with tanks on SK's side, so it might work out for them. We'll see. But my initial thought is I like Zeta's draft way better. Because Shelly has falled off. All right, let's see what we got. We're getting into it. Playing for a little control right here. Opie's just going to sit up close, but not right into the Stu's face. So they give up control pretty quickly there. Zeta. We're trying to move the ball up. They're going to need to... If Shelly gets her hypercharge, or not hypercharge, if she gets her super and opens up the map, they're kind of screwed. That's going to be the one thing they don't want to happen is give Shelly super. And there's the map open. They're opening it up a little bit. They do get the ice down, so they can't push into it right now. How do they think Shelly hasn't been on the radar at all? All right, so Suzuki does get a kill there, but he goes down himself. And Shelly's got her hypercharge, no super. Once she gets her super, they're kind of cooked. The super hypercharge. OP's looking to use it. They're just trying to hold the middle right now. There's the hypercharge super from the Shelly. Joker goes in. He goes down, immediately gets stuck on the ice. This is the power of Lou, why everybody hates him. He's going to get a freeze on Opie. Or not. Ooh, Opie did save Yoshi there, but unfortunately it was a little too late. And the trick shot goes in from the Jackie. I did not see that coming, but it was wild. All right, so Levy goes down to Opie there, unfortunately. Joker's trying to get the ball out of the corner there, and Saitampo is in an awkward position because he's so far away he had to defend both himself and the ball at the same time. Now they got the Jackie defending the ball. Got to watch out for Opie getting his super again. He will blow up those... Yep, just like that. He will blow up those walls, and then you have nothing to hide behind. So Suzuki does get the... Oh, no. Opie's going to score there. Suzuki went too aggro. He forgot to play defense. What's going on here? We're here just watching the Brawl Cup, doing a little commentary. Oh, shit. I look away for 1 second to read chat, and Zeta scores and wins the game. Holy shit. I look away for 1 second to read chat, and I missed what happened, but it all went downhill so quickly. Zeta has the better comp. I kind of agree, but I do think that SK's not dead in the water. They do have 2 anti-tanks, and they do have 1 aggro brawler. So what they need is they need the Shade to focus mostly on... This is my opinion. They need the Shade to mostly focus on trying to take down the Lu, and then let the anti-tanks do their work on the tanks. It's not easy, though. All right, so we're in game 2 here. The middle's already opened up in front of the goal. Joker's just going to walk that in, and that is an easy goal right there. All right, so here we are at spawn. They are down 1-0. Take a good amount of damage from the B gadget. They're backing up, trying to heal up, trying not to give up too much control too quickly. Oh, OP gets OP gets frozen from Saitampo. I think that's gonna be Ollie cannot do anything to save himself here. 600 HP, 100 HP. Okay, he bought enough time to let his teammates spawn back up, so they didn't fully lose here, but it's gonna be tough. All right, Suzuki is back. He gets a... Levi gets a pull over there. Again, just kind of playing the control game here. They got a minute, so they got plenty of time to get control and to score a goal here. Even it up. And bringing the ball up now. Joker is just kind of owning them, huh? 3v2 here. Jackie goes aggro and picks up a kill on the Shelly, which is kind of scary. Shelly's going to spawn with Super, I believe, though. Which is a bit unfortunate because they are trying to crunch down. Oh, shit, the hypercharge from the Lu freezes the Shelly. Shelly's stuck on the ice. If they could just get the ball out of the corner there. Nope. Unfortunately, the Lu hypercharge goes to waste. All right, so they need to start locking in right now. They got 30 seconds left. Bro hopped into the Brawl Cup, and I'm about to do the same. Got bored of sushi. I was only going to open up enough to get that skin, and I got it. I spent 200 gems and ended up getting it, which is cool. It's a legendary skin. 15 seconds left. I think that's going to be all she wrote for this match, so it's going to be game point 1-1. Feels bad, man. She had so much aura. Who do you want to win this? I don't really care, personally. I didn't vote at all, so. SK cornered the ball, yeah. That's what you got to do, though. That's the winning strat. You get 1 goal, and then you corner the ball, and you just play defense. And you don't give it up. You don't always have to score 2 goals. Oh, they're going aggro immediately to start. They don't want to go down without fighting here. They pick up. All right, Opie's by himself. He's going to corner the ball over here. He did buy enough time for his teammates to spawn back up. They are playing defense now. Unfortunately, these are not the brawlers you want to play defense against. A Lu right there will limit your movement. Jackie and Ollie can punish you by doing mind control and high DPS stuff. Opie with the clutch save, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, my God. It was. Oh, my God. Talk about that defense. In Gooner footballer terms, it's called parking the bus. So embarrassing. I can't believe they pulled that off. That cornering of the ball was just enough to buy them enough time. Unfortunately, that lost them all the control. They are going to have to fight to get this back here. They get the Lu super down, which is good. If they can land 1 shot on Opie, they can freeze him. But unfortunately, Lu goes down. Jackie's spawning right now. The ball is cornered in the upper left, so they're going to need to bring that with them if they have any hopes. And unfortunately, that's not going to happen right now. It's 0-0, so with 1 minute left, so Saitampo goes. Oh, never mind. He takes out the Shelly. That's good news for his tanks. Unfortunately, he goes down to the Shade, who's bringing the ball up the left side. He's bringing it to the middle now. Ollie's got super. He can dive on and try to mind control somebody if he finds a good spot to do it. He doesn't want to dive into 2-on-1. There he goes. He's going after the B. He gets the ball. Is he going to pass it back? What's he going to do? What's he going to do? He needs to do something with it. He corners it. I think they're going to lose control here. I think Saitampo dies here. There it is. It's 1v3 at the moment. 2v3. And Saitampo is back 3v3. Joker is locked in. Yeah, Joker is cooking on the shade, actually. And this isn't the best comp for him either. Like, pushing into 2 tanks like this is not the best for Shade, but he's making it work. The Shelly pick is actually... I think the Shelly pick is actually clutch for them to lock this down because they are so scared to push into that Shelly. He's got to pass it back. He's got to pass it. He didn't do it. He should have passed it to Suzuki, I think. He had Suzuki with somewhat of an open goal there, but he wasted his super. I think we might see a draw here. Unfortunately, the B can just rain hell on them. This is not what they wanted to do. They did not want to go to overtime. We might see a draw. Joker. The Lu super could come in clutch here. A Lu super or hypercharge would save the game. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, the double kill from Jackie. Walk that shit in. What a clutch comeback from reverse. They were back all the way up to their own goal. Ollie diving in and dragging all the aggro to him. That was crazy. That was wild. Hold on. We're going to run that back just a little bit. So the Ollie spawns with super, right? And he dives in to try to take down the B because he knows that B is raining hell on them. It's right here. He dives in, goes right after the B, and they focus all their attention onto him. Let the B go down. Or the B goes down, and they focus all their attention on him. And they gave up all the ground they had. And that's what ended up... Then they both go in on the Jackie, and the Jackie picks up a 2 kill. That is crazy.
Get it done. 80% of a win rate for them in that regard, and it proved its worth. To them come back under that kind of scrutiny is quite incredible.
Well, Joker's gonna rise the ranks.
We did like their draft a little bit better. I do think the Shelly pick was kind of holding SK into that, in my opinion.
There were some blunders along with this too, so I think the fact that Zeta Division somehow erased that from their memories, just keep grinding. I don't think there's a lot
SK had to win before overtime.
We could say SK Gaming
I actually think SK was better in overtime, personally, because they had the B to rain hell on them, and Shelly Clay Pigeons could do good damage, and they had limited range with the Ollie. I mean, Ollie's got good range, but not good damage. And the Jackie was just kind of a sitting duck. I actually think SK was better in overtime. And I think where they messed up, call me crazy, I think where they messed up was focusing too much on the Ollie going after the B and giving up all that ground. Instead of turning around and focusing on pushing, they retreated. And maybe I'm wrong, because obviously you want to save your teammate if you can. But yeah, I think the better play would have been to just focus on trying to take down that Jackie or that Lu. They only won when it wasn't overtime and lost twice in overtime. Are you just saying in general they're not good in overtime? Folks, this is intense. This is a game 5 right here.
Coming second, coming third, it's not an option for a team like Zeta. It's only first on their horizons. Anything less than that is a fail, in their opinion. Despite it not looking like it from our perspective.
The B missed his 4K shot on the Ollie when it was point blank range. I didn't even see that. That's kind of crazy though.
This is where it all comes down to open business.
I'm liking this. I mean, we could do more watch parties. I'm not opposed to it. It's just I need to be free to do them.
Keep their seed in that regard. No one wants to go to an elimination match up next.
Zeta Division burdened with carrying an entire region. SK Gaming first overall selection on open business. Going to be the Lu.
All right, so first pick Lu and Hot Zone. Obviously, that makes a lot of sense. We also have a Finks B and Stu ban, double Finks ban. And then we also got a Jay Young and a Lumi ban. Ban my G again, not surprised. In Hot Zone, it makes total sense, though. Dino Draft.
The question between tanks and long range for sure now. Going to be a question mark for Zeta. Is that Lu going to be looming in over the situation? I still don't mind Bo in that regard because the
Ooh, Chester. Chester in hot zone. All right, I can see it with the hypercharge being pretty OP. Put the slows down, put the bomb down. Dino draft, no dino draft this time. Very dino draft. We'll see. The next brawler determines if it's a dino draft or not.
Tanks we see on this map, Hank, Draco, and Frank, and obviously Draco surprising.
Ooh, a Draco pick would definitely make it a dino draft.
Always been a solid brawler, but
If they pick Finks or Chester, it's a dino draft. Hank! Oh, we're busting out the milkman. Milky, 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 milk.
I love the fact that we've just got that audience participation now.
Hank.
And I'm sure Adrian is as well. Third and final pick still to come for Zeta as SK Gaming now will take the mantle. The second pick coming in pretty swiftly. Again, I quite like the idea of the Frank myself. I think that would work relatively well.
Should probably change the title of the
the
stream.
Draco, yeah, don't mind it. It's going to be either one of those two for sure. But the hills is where, for me, Draco thrives, and we haven't really seen too much of that. We were seeing Barry a little bit this past weekend, and that's where I would think that SK would be heading with this.
So that is a dino draft right there, officially. They picked the Draco pick.
You need to stay standing on that zone. If you lose positioning power against the Hank, yeah, it was open. Unbelievable stuff.
How'd we miss it?
Yeah, that is going to be crucial for us.
Who was that last pick? Kenji? Ooh,
Maybe Zeta might be.
that might be an uphill fight right there.
Yeah, this is tough. A couple options come to mind. I think Pam's Scrapsucker gadget would actually be huge here into the Kenji in particular. I know that's bold, maybe not as necessarily a Zeta division choice, but something we've learned through practices all throughout this week. Griff was on the top of mind as well earlier, but now that Kenji comes through, they're going to need all the damage in the world. They need a quick burst to deal with something like a Kenji, deal with something like a Draco. It's going to be Cordelius. Wow. Zeta division. Selecting a brawler that by no means is bad, but certainly not a regular here. Nerf Hank. What's this? No. Yeah, I like that one better. I love Hank.
Hey, buddy. Fred LC's in the building, and he'll come find you. Trust me.
Oh, I'm supposed to put like hashtags in the title too, right?
I'm going to bring it back down to business.
What are the hashtags? I
I'm
forget.
worried for Zeta. I don't know whether the Cordelius was part of their plan, part of their playbook. It feels more reactive than it does part of their strategy coming into this one. It just kind of feels like the Kenji may have been a bit of a misstep, a bit of a mistake, something which was overlooked.
Sorry, Chad. I'm doing
They're
YouTube maintenance
trying
stuff.
to take Kenji away from the situation, but it does worry me a little bit for Zeta here. It's not a common brawl to see in Hot Zone these days.
Battle of Regions, 2 #1 seeds, tackling a set number 5. Joker on the top left-hand side, and a Goat in his own right. Chitampo playing the Cordelius here. They've tasked him with playing one of the more difficult matchups that we have. Not an easy brawler to execute with, has a super available, but it's SK Gaming taking over, especially with the Lou Freeze.
There we go.
Decent start for SK Gaming now. Levi frozen out there. It would be easy pickings there for Joker. Leaving Suzuki very susceptible here. And OP doesn't even get to get involved. Plenty of time to heal up as well.
All right, there we go.
Everyone else
All right, so what do we got? We got 37-20 lead. SK leading the draft. They go Cordelius, and I guess that makes sense to try to counter the tank. Maybe Kenji, not so much though. I think Kenji kind of owns Cordelius. I could be wrong here. Kenji wallpaper goes hard. Do you see my Kenji wallpaper? Cord's throwing. I think Cord's gonna struggle in this one. I like SK's draft a little bit better, if I'm honest. Having the control from Lou, having the aggro from Kenji and Draco, it's all very good combos.
They've lost all control as a supercharge there. A hypercharge for Yoshi going to connect on both Levi and Chitampo as well. Suzuki going straight.
Hank doesn't have the DPS to deal with this team. Kenji's kind of gonna own the Hank. This is for the series right here. Now, is this single elimination tournament or is it round robin? So is Zeta going to be done? Jam, read my theory. If you think about it, because the dragon is kind of a dino and Draco is a knight. Very dino draft. If you think about it, because dragon is kind of a dino and Draco's a knight. So it's me and Dino in one brawler. It is the Sems Dino brawler. Zeta is going to be out, I think. Okay, single elimination.
20% now and climbing, and Zeta's not looking much different from the last round, in my opinion.
Noah found real no way to enter the middle.
Yeah, they have no. I mean, they do have a tanky brawler for control, obviously being Hank, and they do have an anti-tank, but Their third pick, Cordelius, is not doing his job. Their third pick needs to be pulling the Draco off the map. And it needs to be keeping him in the Shadow Realm, locked down and dead. Like here, he should be in the Shadow Realm. I think personally, own his ass. Zura, what up? How you doing? Or is it Zuhra? I didn't know Jam didn't know these games were crazy. No, I just did it for clickbait title. They are kind of wild, though. All right, there you go. Now you got the Cordelius doing his job. Unfortunately, though, they cannot get Yoshi and Joker off of the point. They're going to keep racking up percentages. It is a close match, but I don't think they have it. All right, so he gets... Ope survives with the shield. They're on the point. They need to get this Kenji down. I don't think it's going to happen here. There's a super right there. They need to get him off the point, and all right, they did pull it off. It might be a reverse comeback. They need to keep everybody off the point. They can't let them suicide on the point. Oh my God, Zeta comes back. Zeta coming back with 4% left to spare. Double match point. This is for all the marbles both ways. Sorty, what up? If Zeta loses, they play against Elevate in loser's bracket. Swank, you change your name to Swank? You're gonna confuse me here. All right, match point here. Kenji's going right after the Hank because he knows the Hank is gonna have a hard time dealing with him with all his healing and his gadget and all that. Although Hank also has healing built into his kit, and he's just focusing his supers over on the Cordelius Chester. Interesting strat there.
Great start for SK. Objectively speaking, though, pretty balanced for the most part. As now Tempo really is starting to cook.
So Tempo needs to keep OP off of the point. He needs to keep him in the Shadow Realm. That is his job. That is the one thing he needs to do as Cordelius. All right, so he pulls Kenji into the Shadow Realm with him. All right, OP gets Draco down to 1, and Draco is down. Yoshi, if Yoshi gets his super and throws it on the point, it's going to force them back and allow them to gain control again. They need to, that should be Yoshi's main focus right here, is keeping his super up. There it is right there. They're going to have to get off the point right here. Levi goes down. Tempo's got his super in hand. He can pull one person. Who's he going to take? He takes OP. That's exactly what he needed to do. He needs to get OP in the Shadow Realm, keep him there as long as he possibly can. Unfortunately, I was going to say he's going to spawn on the super, but they called it out, so he doesn't spawn on the Lu super. They have control. Again, I think SK just has more health, more aggro, and more control. But they do get the team wipe. This might save them. Unfortunately, the percentage is too steep right now. They can kind of just dive bomb onto the point, especially with the Kenji. Kenji's on the point. 3%, 2%, 1%. It is over. SK advances on. Camjid, what up? No shot. Let's go, SK. Yep. Unfortunately, they lost too much of the mid game to save them. They did have that clutch team kill, but unfortunately, they got kind of dominated in the mid game there, and it was not enough. They could not hold the control enough. Once you get down to like 5%, you can kind of just suicide onto the point, and everybody can win the game as long as you stagger it enough. You just got to hold on the point for 1-2 seconds each, and you win. And SK clutched that up. What a wild set of games there. It honestly could have gone either way. I did like SK's draft a little bit more there. I felt like they had more control. They had more aggro, and they had an actual... Hank would have worked if they would have went with a thrower or something on SK's side, but he didn't bring enough DPS to the game, I think. That was fun to watch, true and factual. I did enjoy it. SK might low-key win it all. They're going to the Super Bowl. They're going to win the World Cup, chat. Chat, I'm going to go grab some water. I'll be right back.
SK feeling right now?
Honestly, I think I've lost my voice.
Well, we'll do a quick interview, don't you worry. Now, I guess the most notable part of that match was even after losing that gem grab, you guys still piled on the pressure, you kept the aggression up. I guess that's just the way you play, right? You didn't really deviate from just being hyper-aggressive all the time.
Yeah, we were trying to reset our mental after losing that set, also after losing the fourth set, because honestly, I think like we could have won 5-0. Like the sets we lost were definitely winnable. Yeah, it's just frustrating to lose like that, but if we keep our game style the same, we will win the next sets also.
Yeah, I see your point, and I think I bumped into Yoshi earlier today on the way to the arena, and he actually said, "I just want to play them now. Like, I'm ready. I want to play them now." You guys seem so prepared at the moment. Do you genuinely feel like this is your year? This is SK's year?
I mean, it couldn't have been better for now. This year has been insane, and we hope we can do the same tomorrow.
That's right. Give it up for Joker and give it up for SK Gaming, DreamHack Dallas. Let's go back over to the desk. We've got more games to play.
Thank you, Barney. Those are the words of a winner. SK Gaming takes it to the day 3. Unfortunately for Zeta Division, that means they're going to have to face up against Elevate in the lower bracket later today. What a photo finish it has
Joker
been.
deserved
And
MVP.
that's hit number 2.
Who ended up getting it?
Ope with the hypercharge. The spray still hits the buster, but Levy survives.
That guy Ash is still not out.
Very barely. And then set number 4, Brawl Ball. Joker gives
It's crazy that's still not out.
taste of their own medicine.
Joker got it.
Trade absolutely popping off, and still he seemed quite calm now.
I often feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, I often feel like MVP goes to the most popular on the team, not necessarily who played the best. I wouldn't have been surprised if they gave it to OPE.
To the night, going back home to the hotel. Certainly, they're going to be eyes on the draft, eyes on the
Sems
tomorrow and working through
having Dino.
And in the end, the
Having the Dino
Kingsburyers
treatment,
claim
but worse.
victory over the mechanical geniuses. And what else would be nicer?
And
To
he
also
doesn't even know how much
their
that's going to
own
cost, because you have to
content
spend real
that
money to get
everyone
that skin too.
Go les amis, he's on full mid on you, on full mid, full life, top mid, top mid,
Drippy droppy.
mid.
Cappuccino assassino. Tralaleo tralala. Tun 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 tun. Jam got brain rotted. True and factual. I'm trying to be like one of us. I'm better than you guys, all right? Because I actually go out of my way to understand other cultures. You guys just have your own brain rot, and you're like, yeah, this is peak. I have to go to the store for my dad. I'll be back later. Be safe. Can't let your dad go to the store. He might not come back. Just kidding. If I'm still here, I'll see you later. If not, GG's. What? I'm kidding. Did you know Jelly made her Facebook profile picture? Tralaleo, tralala. True and factual. Actually, her work email, too. Facebook. Hey, she uses it, not me, all right? Jelly's one of us. True and factual. She kind of has to be. She works with people. She works with kids. She has to be up and modern with the times to be able to keep up with them. Facebook broski. I don't use Facebook, all right? Jelly does. Jelly works with a younger generation than us. True and factual. Yeah, you guys are like high schoolers fresh out of high school. She works with middle schoolers. Some of you might be in middle school. $100 Thieves X Brawl Stars? I don't care. What has 100 Thieves done in the last 10 years? Or the last 3 years? I say 10 years like they've been around forever. Like, they were a big esports thing a while back, but as far as I know, they haven't done much lately. Watching next match or play? I don't know how long until they start the next match. Normally, it's like 20 minutes, 30 minutes before they start the next one. We'll see what happens. I'm just snacking at the moment. But I would like to watch again. Watch another one. Like 5 minutes. Oh, if they get right into the next one, that's fine. I'll watch the next one. Those Brawl Ball matches were insane, bro. Humble, we gotta watch. True. They're the world champions, bro. They're the champions of the world. Of the world, chat. Gotta watch the champs? Yeah. How does this affect their BSC standings? Or is this just like just for prize money championship? Does this affect like their worlds? I wanted to see Humble get humbled. Tribe ruined my 6 for 6. They got a spot in Worlds. They get a spot in Worlds, I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know if it was something like I watch a lot of Wolfie VGC, and so I know a little bit about Pokemon competitive VGC format, and they do like a point system. So if you win a regional tournament, you win like 30 points, and you need like 120 to qualify for Worlds or something like that. So like, I didn't know if they were doing something like that, or if it's like you said, a guaranteed spot or something. Or if it's just like an exhibition tournament where you just win money, but you only get invited depending on your BSC standing. Bro, these things are spicy. Do any of Jelly's students know you have a channel? I don't think so. I don't think she would talk about it. I don't think I mean, I'm sure some of them play Brawl Stars, but I don't think she would, like, talk about it. Loud can't beat Humble. They want to be contrarians, all right? Do any of them play Brawl? I'm sure they do. She has, like, 150 students, so, I mean, chances are one of them plays Brawl Stars, you know? Loud couldn't beat Tribe, but they did, so we don't know. I don't even know who Loud is. And I know Semantic is on Humble, right? Lukey's glow up. Lukey, Boss, Semantic, yep. German fellas. Semantic with Finks, question mark. We'll see. If he doesn't get banned, right? It's possible. Did they all dye their hair together? Chat, what's the possibility they all dyed their hair together? Like they all did it at the same time. Jam low-key, also majestic. Don't know what that means. Loud said if they qualified for Brawl Cup, they would dye their hair. They said that yesterday. Here they are. I had a similar experience in high school. So when I was in high school, my friend dyed his hair black. And then he didn't want his hair to be black anymore, so he dyed his hair blonde. And while he had a whole bunch of extra bleach for his hair, me and another guy that we hung out with, also bleached our hair because he had enough to go around. So we all had bleached hair, and we walked into school the next day, and we got called the F slur a lot because we all had bleached hair all at the same time. Back then, though, it was acceptable to be called the F slur, and you could use it free, willy-nilly. Nowadays, not so much. So I didn't really care that much when people called me it. But yeah, it happened. Jelly makes fun of me about it to this day. Damn, what a different time. No. The one that the second letter would be an A. You use it to talk about gay people. That F slur. Femboys weren't even a thing when I was a kid. We just called them the F slur. We didn't call people femboys. We were just a lot more blunt about it, all right? I grew up in crazy times. It actually took me a long time to break my habit of using that word. Even though I knew it wasn't socially acceptable, it was just built in my normal vernacular where I couldn't stop using it. And I don't mean it, like, when I would use it, I never meant it as a slur. I meant it as, like, a joke. But that's why it's like, you shouldn't start using slurs at all. Not only is it mean and hurtful, but it's also hard to stop using them because it's just so natural. It can just become a natural way of talking. On top of all the hateful things that it spreads. Jam was spamming gay. True and factual. All right. We got Humble versus Loud. Let me go wash my hands real quick. I'll be right back.
You know, when you look back to last year's World Finals, exiting both teams in that group stage, a devastating result for our region, and certainly one that took us all by surprise. We were expecting more from South America. And when you come back into a new season for 2025, you look back at that sort of performance and think, you know, we've got to really up our game now. We need to demonstrate to all the other regions that we are to be taken seriously here.
I'm just really looking forward to yet another close match, since Loud seems to like it that way. Every time it's a 3-2 with those guys, and we're gonna get some good matches today. I feel we already got a first 3-2. So
I'm expecting 3-1 or 3-0. You're expecting a clean sweep, huh?
I mean, I know I'm always happy, but
Loud clean sweeps Humble today, huh?
ended up with a lot of donuts, but we have bounced back in a big way. And Loud are men of content. They're here for the people, if you will. The people of Dallas, the people at home. I believe they can get us to a 3-2. Let's do this.
They're just doing it so it's more exciting, right?
I like that. No, I'm about that.
It wouldn't be a Brawl Cup without me being able to, you know, raise my voice and say, "Oh my goodness me!" at the top of my lungs, right? So
Versus Knockout, who are y'all voting for, Loud or Humble?
This matchup as well, it goes the distance because again, for Humble, they're making it look a little bit too easy at the moment. As you know, they are the world champions. It's to be expected. But you know, they did drop us that yesterday. I kind of would like to see them drop 2 here today.
Honestly, I take it for a change. Usually
Humble wins it easily. Loud shouldn't even be here. Well, they qualified, all right?
As much as possible and listen to your 2 beautiful voices.
Sometimes the underdogs are the ones you need to worry about because...
Oh, that's just disrespectful.
Take notes, Bobby. Oh, it's like an insult thing. That's so mean. Anyway, sometimes the underdogs who have nothing to lose are the ones you need to worry about because they're willing to try anything to try to make a comeback. 58% voting for Loud. Kind of crazy. Oh, break wall for another lane. 58%. No, it's in terms of the question. Control of middle lane. Check the bushes. Oh, no. That's advice. They're saying that Loud... You're right. You're right. They're saying Loud's going to win. All right. Here's the first draft. Knockout out in the open. I hate this map. This map sucks. I don't know who thought of it. Let's see what the pros do in this. No, it's in terms of who's going to win. Yeah, I realized that was like notes on the map about how to play it properly. They think the world champions lose to Loud. All right, so we got Buster, Pearl, and Kit Ban, along with Lumi, Angelo, and Jay Young. We're not going to see any Jam Young bands, huh?
Anyway, drafts coming in first pick for Humble coming.
Or I mean, any Jam Young play today, huh?
Not a bad shout. Very safe pair of hands, of course, always. Not the, kind of
First pick
ball
Gene,
like
second pick Ollie.
demonstrating in the scrims, but Ollie is coming in for Loud, and that's
I don't love Ollie in knockout.
in scrims. A 60% win rate.
He doesn't really do. I feel like he doesn't really do enough. No range damage. No no up close damage like in crunch time, like a normal tank would do. Dino draft, true. On the right side there, that's a dino draft right there. All right, we got second pick for Humble. They're gonna go Eve. That's a pretty safe pick. Pretty kosher there. Nothing crazy. Let's see what they go last. Last is gonna be Lukey. Dino draft in terms of the Jam Brawl Stars community.
Curious to see how that interaction goes down. Gene, of course, always super safe and stable in the visibility and the damage output.
Meg.
Meg's made a little bounce back in our meta.
Interesting. With the hypercharge, it could be nice. She could one tap one of these guys. So I would expect them to go probably a thrower here. Maybe something crazy like a Byron. Or, whoa, I pulled that out of my ass. Let's go. W prediction. W prediction. I know my shit, chat. I know my shit. It's like I play this game. I'm just not mechanically good. Get me coaching, chat. Get me coaching. I'll take interviews, all right? I will be your coach. I will get you into the championship, Bobby. I got you, bro. Get me in there. Jeff can make worlds, all right? Nah, mechanically, I don't got it, all right? I just got the game knowledge. Bobby, take notes. All right, so we got Byron working the left side against the Meg. He is going to have a hard time burning down that Meg, though. So we got the Ollie backing off. Again, I don't know what the Ollie's supposed to do here. The Ollie is not going to 3-tap anybody, and come crunch time, he's really not going to do it. We got the things backing up. Personally, I kind of like Humble's draft a little bit better. Byron goes down, unfortunately. And there, it's a 1v3. Ollie really doesn't have much to do here. Ollie's kind of cooked. The worst thing he can do right now is feed super, and that's what he does. Holy Lukey. All right. Round 2 of game 1. Let's see if Loud can hold their own a little bit better here. All right, so we got the Finks kind of working the Meg, working the middle. Fire Crow is trying to work up the left side against the Eve. We got spawners coming in. They need to take out these spawners before they get poisoned. They do get most of them down. There's a whole bunch more. There's hypercharged spawners coming in. There's one more. They get it down. All right, nobody got poisoned, fortunately. Let's see what Loud can do here. He's eating a lot of shots. The Ollie's eating a lot of shots from that Meg. She has hypercharged super, so she can basically one-tap anybody on that side of the map right now, especially that Byron who is getting burned down by the Eve on the left side. We got Finks trying to find some kind of semblance on the right. He is going to be able to flank, but unfortunately, they're going to push up into the map. Fire Crow is going to go down. Oof. Yep. That's game 1 right there. They're going to have to run that back now, right? No, actually, they can redraft, right? No. They run it back. Yeah, I don't think that's a great draft from Loud. I think Loud's kind of cooked here. Again, I don't really love the Ollie pick here. Ollie doesn't seem like he's doing a lot here. I mean, what's he going to do? Dive in on the Eve, who can just jump away? Byron, I think Byron's goal is to try to keep the Ollie healed, but I mean, Ollie's not doing enough to justify healing him, right? And then, I mean, and Finks is a good pick, but the Finks by himself is not going to carry this whole match here. Meg's got way too much HP to burn. Heals from the Gene. pressure from the Eve babies. Like,
Off to a hot start here. Humble with another
this is just a shellacking right here.
Loud really haven't taken any situation.
Loud could work in late game with the smoke, but they can't make it. I don't even think they could work in the smoke, bro. They don't have enough up close damage.
This is an opportunity. Fire throw has super available. Hops away. Teammate falls right in front of his face. Thinks looking for tags. It's gonna be a 3v1, not a chance.
Are still doing some variety gaming on stream? I want to. I was thinking about it. We got to talk about all that stuff, but eventually.
A little bit too convincing for me, Kenny. Yikes. Went from the last scoreline of a 3-2.
They aren't working together.
So that was a swift.
Loud sold.
I mean, there wasn't really any moment
That
of
sweep is deadly.
Loud. At least
That swipe is deadly. Yo, yeah, Meg's hypercharged super is crazy.
that's what I was
Yeah,
afraid.
Semantic with 6 kills, man. That's just boss.
Got to swallow.
Silk Song in 2050, right? Dude, I still got to finish fucking normal Hollow Knight.
Just a tough one.
How am I going to play Silk Song without finishing a normal Hollow Knight?
I don't think the draft was terrible. I think avant-garde brawlers like Meg and Eve, on this map are not really utilized nearly enough. They make a lot of sense. It's really, really tough to push into them. And now with Meg having the hypercharge, not the best hypercharge in the game at all for
I didn't even look at
all
Cow
intents and
Dog's
purposes, but
numbers.
nonetheless, it does help when you've got these bundles coming
Hope I
in.
didn't bring anything. Silk Song's coming this year, right? Yeah.
Draft was
Supposedly.
Tough look.
Yeah, that's kind of rough. 087? I mean, it's not 012, but yeah.
on the board.
I'm shocked Loud has more votes than Humble.
Look, Loud beat Tribe Gaming.
I think it's because they beat Tribe yesterday, right? Like Shadow said, they were supposed to be underdogs, and they ended up making that comeback, so people believed in them. Dueling BLs.
Right now. We're only in set 1.
Next is Hot Zone. All right, this is where you make your comeback. This is a good map to make a nice comeback.
But it's a different story when you're taking on the
This is a solid map. Lots of brawlers are valuable here. This is where Loud makes a statement that they are not pushovers. They deserve to be here. I think you go with a tank. I think you go with some kind of control brawler like a Lou, and I think you go with a thrower that can poke from afar and keep people from healing up. So like a Juju,
For a Griff, for a B, to break
or a Larry and Lori, or a Barley.
try to whistle things down at the long-ranged affair.
You don't go with anything crazy like Willow.
Definitely a tough map to make work. I'm looking at Poker as well.
Jam 20 suggesting Lou in 2025. I mean, it's competitive, all right?
Kenji's got to be banned here. Lou,
Control is the key.
which is going to get played if it's not, so I wouldn't mind it. That particular brawler's out the mix.
Don't get me wrong. If they ban,
Heavy tanks bearing
I would even consider banning Lou if I was Humble,
we saw yesterday with Tribe Gaming, they didn't value the Stu ban nearly.
unless you don't have first
In my
pick.
opinion, one of the best Stu players in the entire
All right, here comes the bans. They're coming in. Let's see who we ban. Let's see what we got.
You mentioned a few of the big bullet points, though. We have tanks, we have anti-tanks, Lou, B.
I like how Tiger Ball suggested that I watch Brawl Cup,
Certainly come to mind for both of these
and he's not even here to watch Brawl Cup
have used
with
them
us.
to get wins in the past.
He's here in spirit.
In their World Finals debut. So this band stage is going to be very important. Draco, B, and Lou gone for the left-hand end. No Kenji, no Lumi, standard stuff. And then, of course, Finks removed from the...
All right, so we got Lou ban, we got Draco ban, we got B ban, Kenji, Finks, and Lumi.
I want to see more cards. Just
Kenji, Finks, Lumi are kind of like staple bans at this point, huh?
front row just adding more as the match
You have talked about the things you were having some trouble with. You said you were going to talk about it in a month to chat, or I wasn't there. No, I haven't talked about it yet.
First pick, Frank, possibly Steve to follow as well. I would be at all surprised if Loud don't
You'll
pick it
know.
up.
It's coming soon. Don't worry. The chat's coming. The combo we're gonna have
Not really seen it valued
is
in
coming.
the
Don't
game.
worry.
If that comes
It's
in
all right.
with two tanks and Loud aren't prepared for it, the counter, I'm actually really, really worried.
It'll be unmissable. I promise. It'll be unmissable. Pick Doug with the clown pin is crazy.
Ash is something that pro players have used, but on this map, I think it's a little trickier, especially as a standalone brawler. So I do think that this tank overall...
I believe you.
They're going to have to get creative. Meg is where they head next. So now back to
Meg is a good pick here. Meg is a great tank for Hot Zone. Lots of HP, lots of holding down the zone.
I'm not overly convinced still, but maybe that's just my opinion towards the brawl itself. It's not the flashiest, let's be honest, and one that many of the pros would prefer to not play.
We got a Hank pick, of course. Hank could work. Hank could also sell.
Be considering it, but against the Hank, yeah, they've got to pick the Frank.
Wrong.
Otherwise, Humble we're going to
Not loving the Frank pick there.
So many counters out of the way now. It does allow Loud to be able to work a bit more with it. But Humble, of course,
So now you don't want to go throwers because you think
one of those options.
Frank's gonna blow up a lot of the walls you need. So I don't think you go thrower here. I think you got to go with a control brawler. Maybe Amber. Amber could work, doing good damage from afar into the Hank. Clancy. Oof. Oof. It's a lot of damage. And Barry to heal everything up. You need to take something that can do good damage from afar, isn't going to get affected by the Clancy, and can ignore the Barry. And you go thrower. Don't love it. Don't love it. I think something that can handle that Hank would have been the way to go. Sam's draft.
Clancy can get there, and especially in the easy matchups, so I would say like Meg and Frank were pretty much standing obstacles. I think Clancy's going to have a decent time, but the biggest key for Meg is bringing her down quickly.
Clancy, Barry, Hank, goddamn. I think that you're kind of cooked. I think Loud's going to get cooked here. I don't think that. I think they had an okay draft. I don't love the Frank pick, and I definitely don't love the Barley pick as a last resort option. When you need something that can burn down that Hank, and you don't have it, they can. Humble is gonna burn down both of these tanks with that Clancy, and yeah, the Hank's gonna be tough to kill with Barry diving all over the place. We're here just to flex our King Frank. Loud's pick Barley. Loud pick Barley. I think I'm going to get... Barley as a first pick is fine. Barley as a last pick when you don't have any damage that's going to burn down this Hank with a Barry combo is bad. I would have liked a Crow better than a Barley. At least the Crow would have been able to keep the healing off. Frank misses his hypercharged super. Feels bad, man. Like, look at this. They have no way of taking care of this Hank here. Barley has an answer to Hank. Clancy. Barry is diabolical. Yeah, that draft is wild to me, bro. Also, Lukey on a thrower is disgusting, right?
Humble are just making this look so easy. I mean, you consider that Loud took down Tribe Gaming yesterday. We expected far more back and forth so far. Humble staying still standing on the zone. And they're going to be approaching now 100%.
There it is. Feels bad, man. Yeah. Again, they needed something that could burn down that Hank or keep the healing off and keep the Barry down. And they went with a Barley, who could, in theory, take down the Hank, but the Barry's going to be healing himself right behind the Barley, or right behind the Hank. And the Barry's just going to... He's going to let the Hank do the work while he just heals. And they don't have anything to deal with it. The fact more people voted for Loud and then Humble is just disrespectful. Yay. They're just not dying. Yeah, because they don't have the biggest DPS in the world. They do get the Hank down there. That is fortunate. Get the Barry down. All right, so now you have the Barry and the Hank staggered. Now, if you can get the Hank down here, you're looking good. Don't let the Clancy get tier 3 either. That's another thing. And there's the Barry to bring in his heals. Semantics just popping off. He takes down 2. He takes 2 kills with him. Doesn't even matter. You got the Meg out of her mech. You have control. People are spawning. Meg has 700 HP. Barry is just keeping the Barley down. You got a tier 2. You got tier 2 Clancy. Hank takes down the Frank. He's going to take down the Meg as well. It's over. It is over, chat. You got no control, no Riz, no women. L, go back to your mother's basement. No, I'm just kidding. Clancy tier 3, it's over. Yep. No Riz. Minus 500 aura from this team. Oh, Loud's on the point. They are putting up a better fight this time. But I don't think it's going to be enough. They do get a stun on the Hank, but he does heal off of his super. They do not get another stun there. Hank is kind of bad. They do have the Hank and the Barry separated right now, which is good for them. No crypto, no hoes. You should be commentator for this. I would not be a good commentator because I would talk mad shit. Ah, Semantic trying to hold it down. They are holding their own. They are not giving up. They're not going down without a fight. Do they get a stun here? Oh my God, they get a stun on the Clancy. Oh shit! It's a comeback, chat. They got come on their back. Holy moly!
Sometimes you just gotta see yourself get one. There's opening in 3 games, and the crowd underway as well. Look, we all just want to see some good Brawl Stars. We all want to see what South America can do. This squad has been
all right, Loud's not going down without a fight here. They're showing that they deserve to be here. They showing that they do got W Riz, W Crypto, W Hose. Again, what they need to do is they need to keep the Barry and the Hank separated. They need to keep the Hank off the point. And they need to keep the Barry away from the Hank so he can't heal. They can die, I guess. Humble just played easy. Is that what happened? See, this is what they can't have happening here. Oh, shit! The double kill from that swipe! From the Meg swipe! Unfortunately, Clancy is tier 3 already with 30 seconds gone in the match. They do have a slight lead on the point, but I don't think it's going to be enough to justify what's going on. New jam clip. Kyo Dog is down. Ooh, gets knocked out of his super. Feels bad, man. Yeah, they might be cooked here. We'll see what happens. They might be able to make a comeback here. A clutch Frank hypercharge could swing this game for them pretty easily. All right, all right. Humble's got it locked down. Yeah, at this point, I think they're cooked. That is it. Unfortunately, the Cinderella story did not work. They're not on the point. Maybe. They need to get this Clancy down. They need to get Semantic down. Boss and Semantic need to go down. They do get a stun on Semantic, but unfortunately they're not going to be able to capitalize on that. Yeah, that's it. That's it. The heals from the Barry just too clutch, man. Lukey raping the Frank. Humble playing way better. Lukey's so cracked. Yeah, Lukey was all over the place. I mean, what do you expect? You give Lukey a thrower brawler, of course he's gonna cook. The dude was the world's best dynamite for years.
Oh, look at those stats as well. Boss, 17 takedowns, 522 DP.
Boss cooking them, man. That was Boss's job. Get tier 3 and just delete them.
But worthy mention for Firecrow on that Barley pick, 537 DPS for him. But it's all about the objective. And that front, Loud did not really look nearly.
All right, what do we got? That's 2-0. Loud needs to put up a fight here.
It could have actually been one.
What's game 3? Bounty? Going back to Bounty?
It's really tough considering that they know that they came this close to tying up the scoreboard, but now
Lukey and Lukey Bear aren't the same person, are they? I thought it was Lukey Bear. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought he was Lukey Bear and that he just dropped the bear from his name. My bad. My bad.
They know they have the first overall pick. Click, easy money for them. Now on the other end, they're just grasping at whatever.
Nope, it's Brawl Ball. Ooh.
A Barry composition goes through in this creative Clancy pick that not a lot of pro players believe in. I think my suspicions were correct. They wanted that big, high output of damage because Clancy, it takes a little bit, but with the matchups that were given, it was easy for him to get that super. I'm going to give a major shout out to Lukey. How many times did we see Barry at 1v1 that poor Frank? That's not how David and Goliath is supposed to go down.
He was everywhere. And, you know, Barry did get nerfed because we were seeing so much cyclability.
Maybe you're right, because Lukey...
Like it's just still it.
At Lukey Bear 4 hasn't posted on Twitter since 2019.
It's going to be Brawl for Humble. And this is a mode
no, 2020.
Bring this back.
2022.
It's definitely a regional favorite. But against...
This is April 2024.
It's going to be almost full reverse sweep now needed. Takes nerves of steel and composure.
Is it Humble Lukey or is it just Lukey?
Loud been a little
It's Humble
quiet,
Lukey, right?
Ironically, for South America, a region that have always
because this is a clip of on Lukey Bear 4.
It's definitely a team that's put us on some set 5s, but this is
whatever.
the tallest task and the biggest
Maybe I'm
task
wrong.
of them this year. To do it
My
against world
mistake.
Champions down 2-0, live setting, DreamHack Dallas, and fans watching at home.
Lukey's been posting consistently.
To try and
This
make an
map A.
upset for their South American region. And the bans will come through.
Yeah, I guess they aren't the same
Can
person
be
then.
certainly
Yeah, I guess not. My bad, my bad.
the equation, and please,
I was thinking of Lukey Bear. All right, so what are our bans right now?
I gotta know better loud.
Kenji, Lumi, Hank,
Solid bands for me.
Spike, and I keep wanting to call Finks Dino. Finks.
An 80%
B
rate
first pick on
for
Sneaky
Brawl.
Fields. Weird. That's a weird
Chestnut
one.
Still going to be available as a potential tank counter here for Humble if they wish to go for it, but they like the tanks themselves. The Primo
Can't believe Lex made this
they
map.
bring them out without a hesitation. Ash
Lumi always banned. I mean, it makes sense.
Jay Young as well, not banned out. Definitely a good mode for him. One that we've seen banned out quite frequently. So
Calling
Humble
Finks Dino
is an option
skull.
here for Humble if they want to go for that.
Associating the man with the brawler.
Really gravitates towards that potential brawler combined with the
There he is. His first appearance for us today.
There's just a lot
Jay Young.
comes out 'cause
I think that's the first time I've seen him all
trying to
day.
go for those tankier brawlers, which are often the goal scorers, as we'll call them. You need somebody
Jam.
to the net. And now that they have Jay Young, yeah, they're gonna go for
Oh,
I
shit.
think Ash a pretty good selection to go with this because I think
This is Sem's draft right here.
through if they wanted to get something aggressive like a shade.
Jam, it's you.
I think you still have to worry about wall break and
Jam and Sem's on the same team.
In the mix is still available too. There's just so many things that these pro players have to juggle. I think this is about the safest 2-3 turn they could have.
You know what's sad is I actually really like Jay Young. Like, I really like him. I was playing him, I don't know, sometime last week or something like that, and I was like, dude, this brawler's so fun. Fwank.
But then Humble still have a chest.
Dude, they're really leaning on this Frank pick, huh?
Right on the reservation there that Loud might have to
Very
double
better.
down on this tank, to be completely honest. Maybe add a Primo, which is again.
They need to let Frank go, man.
Exactly that.
And a Primo?
Loud.
I mean, maybe, because Jay Young doesn't have the damage to deal with this. Ash can, but it's not going to be easy. And Frank doesn't care about Ash's super at all. I think a good pick here would be Surge. Truthfully, I think a good pick here would be Surge for them.
Find a way to handle all of these health points and the range of B, and I'm not sure there's one particular answer out there that's perfect. They have multiple goal scorers. They have an aggressor in El Primo. They removed a counter for Frank.
Oh, Nita, that's not bad. That's not bad. Nita can keep them pushed back, can keep them. Although, maybe. I don't know. She's going to struggle on DPS on her own, but the bear can do a lot of work. She can feed a lot of super off them, but the bear is going to be the... How they deal with the bear is going to be the most questionable thing.
Where I'm thinking their mind should be at. Pick Dog in the crowd. Love that one. Keep the cards coming, guys. I'm feeling it for sure.
Lukey can cook.
I don't know if we're going to see a dog.
All right, let's see what we got.
But hey,
All right, Firecrow is just going to run it right down. Just instantly give Baron get stunned. He does take Nita with him, but he has abandoned the mid. Boss is trying to score an easy goal, and there it is. Boss just runs that right in. The Primo going full aggro in the beginning might have been a bit of a mistake from Firecrow. Frank blows up the right side of the map.
lane clear there for Medino.
Got another bear coming. That's a hypercharged bear too.
Left hand side, waiting for the ball from Boss. Two straight to the hands. Medino.
They corner the ball.
To be fair, good
They do take down the Nita there with that super.
should be a defense now as Kai Dog in the corner gets stunned by
Firecrow needs to get out of the to corner the ball and take a kill with him before he goes down. He doesn't do that. He goes down.
bouncing with that Jay Young between work and play mode. Now the heals coming in from the party mode as well. They're still not enough. With the respawns coming in, thinking better of it. They've got the first goal on the board. They can afford some time to themselves in the mid.
That was a very depressing takedown.
All right, so they are crunched into their own. The one saving grace is they don't have a wall break on the Humble side, so they are kind of just forced to wait this out. I think they're better in overtime though because they do have a little bit more range. Firecrow is kind of screwed. Frank blowing up all these walls and bushes isn't great. Oh, dude, he blew up his own walls. Oh my God,
And now Humble
he's crazy, man. There's a lot of rats to be dealing with.
as well. Samantha has the additional speed.
This is a goal right here. There's no way this B can stop this. There's no way this B can stop this. There it is.
It's an easy goal
Game right
for
there.
Humble, and most importantly,
Fun seeing these brawlers in pro play.
South America feeling the pressure right now. They still have another life.
Jam Young doing solid damage as support. I agree, he does do very good damage, but he's not ideal to go into two tanks like that. But obviously they're making it work. I think one thing that screwed them with that first early goal was Firecrow running it down on the Nita. Feeding bear and then just getting killed. Yeah, he did trade, but there was a bear on the map, and it totally abandoned the entire right side. And then later in that match, the Frank blowing up the entire map, which is kind of what he wants to do for his B, but also I don't think it was optimal for him as a double tank comp. Ooh, missing that stun there is huge. Maybe? Nope. I don't think he was gonna. He must have thought he wasn't gonna be able to walk it in, so he shot. Also, that all happens because he missed, because the Frank missed the stun on the Jae Young. He stuns that Jae Young, it's done. They're actually selling. Yep. Jae Young going into damage mode, takes the B. Switch to speed to back up, trying to give speed to his team. Jae Young's going to switch to heals here. He's going to wait for Lukey to take a little bit of damage before he switches to heals. There's the heals right there. You do more damage in heal mode than in speed mode. Just keep that in mind. So he can heal and do more damage, and with the piercing effect, it does more damage there. Unfortunately, the Frank goes down. He does take the Nita with him. They're not in. It's a 2v1. And the Rats spawning, and that is 1-0. Semantic making Sems proud. He's showing Sems how to do it. Oh shit, he landed on the Nita and hurts the bear with him. There's the goal right here. There's a goal. There's a goal. What the hell was that? What? How do you sell that? What in the world did I just witness? Dude. No shot. No shot. Oh, bro. That was that. They had that. They could have tied it.
We have not seen in a while from these guys. Big push coming in, hypercharge there, stun for the Bruce Bear as well. Dino is he cannot get the ball, and Humble have got the goal which they need. It lets Lauking advance forward.
Firecrow's gonna get cooked. World champions stay on top, man. That's wild that he didn't score that goal, chat. That is insane, chat. How did that happen? Hold on, I looked away for 1 second. Well, we're going to watch that back. So, they take down Boss, and I believe they get a stun here, right? So they take down Boss. This is just an easy walk it in. You just walk this in, right? Whoop. Why did he shoot? Did he forget he was supposed to score a goal here? Like, what in the world? Did he not realize he had the ball or something? That's insane, chat. That's a clip. Bro, he was probably shaking as fuck after that. I mean, after that, your whole mental's gone. And you hear and he's there live. You can hear the entire crowd crumble. Why did he shoot? He must not have realized he had the ball or something. That's the only thing that I can think of. He must have not realized that he had the ball, and he felt like he needed to shoot. That's insane, though, man. That's crushing. Like, if I do that, I'm beating myself up about it. I feel bad. I admit that I threw that game. Now, to be fair, that only ties the game. It doesn't win them for that, and they still have a whole nother half of the game to play. So there's no guarantee they win anyway. But you gotta take your plays when you can, right? And that sucks. It happens. Yeah, it happens to everybody. You're lucky there's no ducky. I don't know what that means, but I don't know what that means. It's already over. Rip Loud. Yeah, man. They got clean sweep. Sam's calling the clean sweep. 3-0. No, I'm sorry. That was Shadow that said that. My bad. Even randoms can walk it in. True. But like again, I think he didn't realize that he had the ball. That's the only thing I can think of. If you don't realize you have the ball, you go to attack to take down the Ash, and you end up kicking the ball in the wrong direction. Like 30,000 people watching you fail so hard, dude. It's crazy. Pimping ain't easy, you know? I'm not signed into my X account on my computer. I don't feel like doing it right. Am I signed in? Can I just sign in with Google? Does it just log me right in? Yeah, that's all I got to do. Surely they were paid. What was that? Ash, with the zipper emoji. Take notes, Bobby. The fumble against Humble. What the fuck is on my... God, this is why you can't scroll Twitter! What the fuck? This is why you can't scroll Twitter on stream. What am I watching? It's a site that I follow called Shirts That Go Hard, and they constantly post stupid shit on shirts that I think would be funny when you see them in the world. That just happened to be a shirt with 2 dildos. Good old Twitter, man. Hold on, I gotta go blow my nose. Five-minute break. we get a little reprieve program in our program. Am I live here? Yeah. Chat, that was fucked. Goddamn Twitter. How we feeling, chat? These streams are easy, bro. I can do these streams all day long. I can stream this whole event, truthfully. Chat, we should do more watch parties on stream. If you guys want to, we can. I could do, again, these are easy for me. I can sit here and yap and talk about the competitive. This is so much fun. Well, I'll keep that in mind. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow, I do have more house project shit to work on. So me and Jelly did the baseboards in the room yesterday, and they need to be filled. And we have some more to cut and do. So, but we don't have the materials today. We're going to go get those tonight. And we're going to paint them and get them ready for tomorrow. So I do have work to do, but maybe I can squeeze something in. Way better than always tilting in game. We do need to get back to tilting in game, though, truthfully. Are you going to stream the final day? This is really fun. Well, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Truthfully, chat. I was nervous about streaming today. You can ask Jelly. I was literally... She asked me... I sat down to start streaming, and she was in the bathroom. And when she got out of the bathroom, she was like, what are you going to do on stream today? And I was like, I have no idea. I'm having an anxiety attack about it right now. I did not think today was going to go well at all. And I did have the idea of doing a watch party, but I was like, there's no way people are going to enjoy doing a watch party for my only stream in like 2 weeks. So I was nervous about doing that. We got to stay as far away from playing Brawl as possible. I mean, we could change from Brawl. We don't have to play Brawl Stars anymore. I missed this. Oh, that's nice, Sims. Thank you. GM already gave me 2 clips. What were the clips? I know the come on their back was one. Hanging out on stream with the boys will always be fun. They got what? Chat! They got come on their back! Chat! They got chat! They got come on their back! Oh, what an idiot. What does Chan watch in his free time? What the fuck is on my... God, this is why you can't scroll Twitter! What the fuck? Yo, that's fucking hilarious. What the fuck is on my... God, this is why you can't scroll Twitter! What the fuck? Yo, that is so fucking funny, man. That is such a good fucking clip, man. Oh, bro. That's awesome. I'm not even mad. That shit's just funny, bro. Chill stream. That is just fucking... This is why you can't scroll Twitter! Truthfully, I hate Twitter, bro. It's such a dirty site. Such a... Elon ruined the site I used to love. So peak. Elon, what have you done to my site? Terraria stream when? The Terraria stream, if I remember right, didn't go great. I didn't know how to play the game, and Wake was kind of just like, yeah, do this, do this, do this, do this. We could have seen something far worse. Exactly. That was on my following page, which I don't... If I was on my For You page, who knows how it would have went. You guys mind seeing chat, your chat on screen? I mean, you can't really read it, right? It just makes it so I'm looking at the same page. Oh, next match is about to start. Who do we got next? Zeta and Elevate, huh? Chatception. Zeta, I'm rooting for you this time. Screw Elevate. So this is a round robin style then. Jelly is downstairs, but I'm going to text her. How Apache unretire as a joke and back in being best player in NA? I mean, because... in theory, if you still play the game, retiring isn't really the end of your career, right? It's not like a sports athlete where you retire because you're old and can't do it anymore. It's more of like you've just lost your passion for the game, right? Because like you think about it, League of Legends players have been pros forever. It's a video gaming. You lose a little bit of your reflexes and stuff, but if you know, you don't. You should still, and in theory, you should be able to compete, right? As long as you have like game knowledge, you can outdraft, and then like mechanics isn't everything, especially in Brawl Stars, it's not everything. So I would say being able to unretire in esports is a lot easier than being able to unretire in actual sports. As long as you maintain your knowledge and gameplay, you know. It does have something to say about the Brawl community where someone has to come out of retirement to fill a roster, though. To be fair, Patchy only retired like less than half a year ago, so he's not that washed. Right. He's less washed than my old favorite pro who still plays. Imagine you get arthritis as a pro player. I'm sure it happens. I'm sure there's people who have arthritis from playing video games professionally. First is gem grab. Nice. He didn't come back to fill a roster. He unretired to save NA. He's putting the entire country on his back. Who's your favorite pro? OG. OG in his heyday was so good. He was never like the pop-off carry player. OG's on stage right now. Is he? He's a coach now, right? I wasn't even paying attention. He's the coach for Elevate. Yep, there he is right there. There he is. Yeah, so he was never like the big pop-off carry player on his team, but he was always the model of consistency in my eyes. Like he was never like bad in throwing games, but he was never like popping off and controlling the game. All right, chat, we are about to start. We are about to start drafting. Let me know who you think is going to win this one. My eyes, Elevate's really good. Elevate is a really good team, and I really like them. But Zeta has the credentials and the pedigree of being a top-tier team all the time. So I can see Zeta. I think Zeta has the edge. But Elevate is a good team.
In terms of how they're feeling, I also spoke with Evex behind the scenes, and there was a bit of a mystery also. This was before we
Ready Sets casting.
Confusion. They didn't really know who they were
OG needs to retire players just to coach. Needs to retire players just to coach a team. Code OG is bad. All right, so we got Lily, Kenji, and Lumi bands, as well as Hank, Jay, and Gray. On Hard Rock Mine. That's interesting they didn't ban any aggro tanks. Elevate lost Zeta yesterday 3-0. No shot they can win. That's not true. Maybe they threw. We got a Gus first pick. That's a very solid mid. Very good healer. Very, very good shields. Can pair very nicely with an aggro tank like Draco. So this is a very good, safe first pick. Go with Chester to cancel any tanks, any heals. Not heals, but... Ooh, Terra. Terra is a good pick on this map, too. Bushy map. She can definitely benefit from being able to hide in the bushes and drop a super. Can definitely work pretty well. This is low-key a goated stream. You really enjoy it? That's cool. One of the best streams in a while. Nice. Dino Jam Draft so far. We just need an Ash pick on this. Get an Ash pick on this side, and this is our normal team. my favorite Jester. Buster. There you go. There's a nice 1-2 combo right there. That's a solid draft right there from Zeta. A max pick here too would go kind of nutty. You get a max pick here. So you get speed and shield, and then you got Buster to just crunch down on him. Ash can work here, not in this draft. Not now. Ugh. Stu. And they go Rosa. Rosa with very little support, though. I don't know if I love this. If they would have had a healer like a Barry or a Byron, I would have liked this a lot more. She can definitely work, but I would have liked it more if she had a little support behind her. Right now, you got 2 control brawlers and an aggro brawler, and no support for that aggro brawler. I think in general, I don't like the last pick from Zeta, and I don't like the last pick from Elevate. I think I still lean a little bit towards Zeta here, but I don't love any draft top to bottom. If Tara heals, has heal star power, then it's good. You gotta hope that she has her super and that the super actually goes, the shade actually goes to healing the Rosa. All right, right now we got an early 3-0 lead from Elevate. That doesn't really mean a ton in gem grab, but as of right now, see, there's a wasted Terra super right there. She's running the damage star power, it looked like, from what I seen. All right, we got... They're trying to take down this Buster here. The Terra can definitely deal with it, but she needs to get her super back, and she does not have much supercharge from whiffing that first super. They do 2v1 the Buster there, but unfortunately, their Chester is not on the map at the moment, so they can't help. Chester's coming from spawn. Chester goes down. The bushes from Rosa are not helping as much as they would hope, I think.
The synergy is here. Suzuku pulled away Vegeta from the heart of their operation. That's a countdown now for Zeta Division.
Yep, so Zeta's going to have the countdown here.
Providing as much pressure as he can. He's going to
Patchy thinks he's jam. Actually, that looked like a jam pull all day. The only difference is that I would get my super at the last second and be able to save the game. That's the only difference. I would get my super and be able to land the game-saving pull. I would whiff my first pull bad. I would take the rest of the game to charge up another one, and then I would come in clutch at the last second and save the game. That's the typical Jam Terra arc.
Patchy looks shaky there on the Tara. Plays that left-hand side of the map, but just straight up loses a duel and then throws his super out to no effect. Throws it at a Buster. The Buster just shrugs it off and goes back to being a real nuisance there. The draft is fine, completely acceptable. I think the Rose
Super throw super on teammate.
It's all too easy with that slow-mo replay to drag Vegeta away from his intended target.
Yeah, you get incredible peel for your teammates with the use of that ability. And that's
So right now, you just got a little bit of poking. Zeta takes a 2-0 lead, 3-0 lead.
we can usually see from a team like Elevate coming from.
They need to...
It's also a bit mysterious because the roles aren't clear.
I think you kind of want Chester on the Buster.
They can run Tara up mid, but she's not usually going to be playing.
I think you want Chester to switch lanes with the Rosa.
Just Patchy left alive, and just like last game, the teams are simply trading out gems.
And weirdly enough, I think you want the Rosa to run up mid because now she's got her bushes, so she can get right into the Gus's face. But I don't think it's gonna work out. I don't think they're gonna be able to gain control back here. Again, I didn't love the Rosa pick without any support behind it. I did like the Rosa pick, but not without the support behind the Rosa. Again, if they would have gone with like a Barry or a Byron, any kind of healer brawler, Poco, I think it would have been it would have worked out a lot better for them. They can still swing the game here because they do have Terra, and they are clumped up right now. So if Terra gets in position, she could not anymore, but she could have pulled. She could have landed a double pull. She's gonna use her super there. That's gonna work. So you do get the Buster down there, and you are probably one shot off a super here. So you can run up and spam right now. Would you ever go to such an event? Yeah, if it was in my area and I had time, I would do it. Flying to Dallas on a weekend whim isn't really viable for me though. There's a Terra super. There's a Terra hypercharge. Unfortunately, he whiffed it. See, I told you it's possible to miss that. He's got 16 HP. Oh, Terra takes him down, but all the gems are on Stu right now, and they backed off. They backed off to save, to try to kill the Buster from behind, and they gave up control. They just need one gem to spawn and pick it up to reset counter. They need a gem. They don't need to go super. Oh my God. Patchy's got 16 gems on him. Okay. Should have seen Semantic yesterday. He fully missed Terra Hypercharge Super. See, it's possible. Terra low-key saving the game, huh? And that's the power of Terra. She can always flip a game if you let her. Damn it.
Elevate leverage that player advantage into map control and just bully all the way into Zeta Division, finally getting to that Gus in their backline, making him drop the gems.
It's still such a
It was more the Chester hypercharge. That's the power of Jam. I didn't even notice. I was watching the right-hand side. I didn't see the top of the map.
fact, they've already applied enough pressure to take down Stu.
Not having a long-range mid definitely hurts them a little bit here because the Gus kind of just picks away at them.
But you see Shitampos put a high
And
priority
Patchy needs to help out. I think Patchy needs to help out with his Buster a little bit because I think Vegeta's kind of getting owned here.
more pressure for Elevate. Vegeta's trying to get this matchup versus Suzuki, but it's not made easy as Levi continues to get the
All right, Tara's got super now, so she can do a solo pull and win any lane. Just needs to lock in and make sure you don't miss it. The nice thing is that they actually kind of have Rosa playing support for the Tara. Oof. That is a really weird interaction. I don't know if I've ever seen that. The pull didn't work on... Oh, because... Dude, who runs that star power on Buster? That star power kind of saved him there. Because he didn't get pulled from the Terra Super because his shield was up. Interesting. I've never seen that interaction before. So they needed a little bit of a comeback here. I don't think Terra has super. It's Buster star power. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Oh, he used it on the Buster. It's better in my opinion. Bro. The hypercharged super on Terra getting auto-aimed onto the Buster. Feels bad, man. He couldn't get up to the Gus in time.
If you ask me, we're not seeing much of a mentality change over yesterday from Elevate especially. I think Zeta Vision are the main characters in this matchup, and we need to see how Elevate adjusts to that. Elevate, they've been leading with sort of...
Yeah, Patchy played solid. 8 kills, 223 DPS, pretty good. Again, like I said, I think Rosa was the weak link over here. I think the Rosa pick was a little disappointing. Rosa can definitely work on that map, but she needs a little bit of support. And you want her to play more aggro. You want her more up in the bushes towards the top of the map. They had her playing kind of as support, laying bushes for her own team, which I understand the mentality a little bit, but I don't think that's Rosa's main role. And I think that's where they kind of went wrong there.
This moment here from Patchy though was nice. Chester very powerful, that hypercharge.
Yeah, that was the Chester hypercharge a little bit.
Patchy just runs back into the corner. So bright spot there at least for Elevate.
Patchy the NA GOAT.
Was stymied by those shades. But in general, feels like Zeta are comfortable. They use Suzuku so effectively to trade his health for that map control. And then Leva really barely has a care in the world in so many of these situations. That's why, even though it's a 2-1...
Jelly, text me back.
We depart with the feeling that it was pretty clear.
Hit me back. When you text your wife downstairs and she doesn't text you back, feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. She's actually in the front room organizing something.
Elevate, I don't think should be taking a game off of Zeta Division.
Yo, read your text.
That was a total outdraft.
Yeah.
By Zeta. We're headed into another one. The draft once more.
Jelly ghosting you for real, man. What the hell? Bridge too far. This will be a fun one. I love Bridge too far because it's basically 3 1v1s.
Mechanical difference between the two teams.
We've honestly been seeing that.
Okay, I'm just asking because I'd like to wrap up stream like 30-ish minutes before we go. Did you buy that stuff from Home Depot? Oh, okay.
I also would say that, you know,
For Home Depot. Okay.
Yeah, the addition of OG has been a bit more recent, right?
What time do you want to go?
The team and, you know, just having a bit more oversight through the drafts is something that
You're right. It is my thing. I'm doing my thing. Kit pick Shirley. All right, we got Angelo bands, we got Melody bands, we got Lumi bands. Then we also have Amber, Charlie, Chuck.
With some pretty spicy bands, but it does leave a couple of things open.
So you still have Colette open, which could be problematic. Colt can go crazy on this map. Brock's pretty good on this map. Lumi did get banned. There's the Colette, of course. We knew that. We all knew that was coming, right? They banned Charlie and not Colette, and am I missing something? True and factual. Chuck is never getting played. He's too good in Heist, bro, and he's not good enough anywhere else. 8-Bit would go hard. 8-Bit is a solid center pick.
Just an ordinary super and then pop tripwire to have it all proc on the same tick.
Couple of ways around that sort of.
My man Reddy talking about drafting Bo in Bridge too far. Jay Young, I don't think you want to play Jay Young in Heist because I feel like his damage isn't going to be on par. Eve's a little bit of a crazy pick, but it definitely works because there's a lot of water. Could see something weird like Ollie too. Ollie's got decentish range, although he doesn't have the damage for Heist, so I wouldn't love it, but you can make it work, I guess. Carl could go off. Carl's a nice bridge too far, bro. There's Bonnie for real. Juju's also a solid option. I would go with Juju on the Zeta side for sure. Slows, range, tank, yeah. Talking to my friends in Brawl chat and unironically referred to Jae Young as Jam Young. Oh, now you're going to have to explain that. Good luck. Now you're going to have to explain the Jam Young lore. Or you could just act like it was a typo. Be like, damn, my phone corrected me. Fuck. Play cool. Bo! All right, Bo on bridge too far. What year is it? 2019? Sheesh. Barley, Spike. I don't know about Spike. Maybe Barley. For a last pick here, I think I would like... Honestly, you could go you could do anything here. I think I would like to go... I would like to see like an 8-bit. Brock, Carl. You made fun already saying Bo, and they picked the ready set the GOAT.
Unbelievably powerful gadget. We've seen it be so good in brawlable modes as well, just to zone people off the map, lock them into corners.
All right, so on this side, you kind of want something that can deal... I would go, yeah, I was literally going to say Piper. Piper was on the tip of my tongue. I know this sounds crazy. I was going to say Brock or Piper, because I was thinking you want to outrange these two brawlers. You want to outrange them. And you want to outrange all three of these and still have good damage. Piper and Brock were on the tip of my tongue.
So now Piper, she's like the queen of winning lane on this map. She's going to be instrumental. She does tons and tons of safe damage. But once more, it is a mechanical battle. We know how good Zeta Division.
Bell could have worked too. I probably would have went Bell personally if I was thinking sniper. No, God, not the Piper.
Elevator really invested in having strong laners, Bonnie and Piper especially.
All right, here we go. 3 1v1s. Let's see how it goes. Patchy's on the Eve, work in the middle. Actually, he's going to focus the bow. Ooh, Bonnie going right in, getting right back in the cannon, doing a little bit of damage to the save. Helps Patchy win lane. Patchy's going to chip in a little bit on Lev. Is it Levi or is it Levy? Yucky. Brock was on the tip of Jam's tongue.
Look how cumbersome that is as well, with Bonnie being as slow as she is, aided by the fact that she has a gadget that speeds her up. It's still taken down by those mines from Levy.
That was a nice pick off from Vegeta there. All right, Vegeta's going to rain on the safe. He's popping off. He's popping off. He's going to use his super. He's going to use his super to get back.
And now down to 49 for Zeta.
Great mechanics, dodges a lot of those shots coming his way, pops the hypercharge just for the damage increase.
All right, Vegeta is popping. Dude, Vegeta is owning him. Patchy getting down some babies, and they get taken out, unfortunately. You got the Bonnie on the save. Elevate is kind of owning this. Oh, where are they getting all their damage from? Where's Zeta getting all their damage from?
Levy has yet to pop that hypercharge set of mines.
I just looked up, and dude, Elevate lost. Elevate looked like they were destroying them, and it's a 1%. It's 1% right now. Oh wait, hold on, hold the phone, hold the phone. Oh shit! Wow. Side Tempo sold out to try to get that 1%, and he left 3v1 on the safe with 10% left. He needed one hit on the safe, and he just couldn't get in range. I don't know where they got all their damage from, because it looked like Elevate was dominating that entire time, but Zeta was on the safe. All right, well, let's run it back. Let's see what happens. So we got no lane switches at all. We're running it right back. Side Tempo's taking a lot of damage in the mid. Side Tempo goes down. Eve has super. She's going to put it behind a wall there. That's a nice place. She's definitely going to get her babies this time. Vegeta uses super to get away, make some space. Needs one more tap. One more tap on the Carl. Mid lane's wide open for the bow. Vegeta's so locked. Dude, Vegeta's cooking him, actually. He's jumping in to try to... Ooh, he takes down the bow with him. He gets a shot on safe. Carl does do damage to the safe there. Elevate's got 3v1 on the safe. Elevate has total control. Vegeta's focusing safe. He's not even trying to take out any enemies. If they get in the way, they get in the way. Bonnie dives on safe, tries to get back in the tank, does not work. All right, and that is control given up. 24-91, though. Elevate is in the driver's seat right now. Bonnie just needs to get one super and dive on the safe. She's going to do good damage if she gets there. Shoot. Oh, he's chipping away at the safe. Vegeta is back in there. They do have the Colette on the safe, but it's too little too late. Vegeta and the Bonnie finish it off. Wow, what a game. Actually solid. That first game was kind of crazy. They didn't show Zeta getting their damage on the safe, but I looked up and it was like, holy crap, this is way closer than I thought, because it seemed like Elevate was just dominating. But I guess that's because... I guess that's because the Colette was actually the one on the safe. While they're losing the other two lanes, Colette can just do so much damage to the safe, it doesn't matter. I guess. That's my only thing. Yeah, and again, Vegeta totally popped off here. Vegeta fucking destroyed. Every time I focused on Vegeta, he was getting kills and doing damage to the safe. Elevate are very underestimated. They're really good. I said they were good. I don't even watch Brawl Esports, but they're coached by OG. They have to be good. The model of consistency himself, you know? What are you doing? Even yesterday was goated on the sharpshooters.
Elevate understand that quite well. Some moments here, of course. This was 1% on the safe after the bow mines.
Go. We gotta go. We come in here.
Yeah, see, Saitempo tried to sell out to go try to get that 1%, which makes sense. You know, you're not going to take all three of these brawlers with you, so you might as well try to finish it off. But unfortunately, it's too much damage with too little defense. You know?
This is the last chance for the region. They're going up against a previous world champion, an incredible roster.
Chad, I got to pee really quick. Enjoy the stream. I'll be right back.
It feels like the deck is stacked against you, but yeah. We saw the social media from Elevate. They're pinning their hopes on Patchy to save them.
Yeah, we see UZ. Shout out to Patchy as well. He retired from the game. Now he's back, and it's like he never even left, fitting into this Elevate roster like a glove and contributing some expert-level drafting knowledge to the team. That Piper last pick, I think, was really, really smart from Elevate. I'm curious how it slipped by Zeta Division. They were heavily emphasizing that safe damage portion, and were not able to win the individual lanes. I think, though, of any map that works well against Zeta Division, it's got to be bridged too far, because now you've split them into individual lanes. You're de-emphasizing the level of team play that they work so hard on that usually leads to them being champions.
Great point. This is the kind of map, though, as we head to Bounty, where, once again, the focus is going to be on how well you can coordinate these pushes, especially if you are behind in stars after getting picked off or something similar. But Elevate here know that they can, in theory, break this map up at least into two side lanes, right? And try and find ways to win those. They might just be picking these powerful, long-range brawlers. It's how they want to build a foundation of their draft strategy. Now, Jaeyoung Nani banned out here. So obviously a couple powerful sharpshooters being looked at already. Gene double ban. Neither team wants to deal with the volatility that Magic Hand invites.
Not only that, but also the Vengeful Spirits can be such a great way to secure a kill.
Don't say it. All right, what do we got? I don't even know what the game mode is. All right, so we got Bounty. They first pick Bell. Our bans are Angelo, Gene, Lumi, Gene, Jaeyoung, and Nani. No Piper ban, no Brock ban.
So it's a preemptive one. And we also see Nanny has been banned out by Zeta Division. That makes things a lot more safe for them. I think it opens up the potential.
I wanted to see how close the first game was.
They also have Piper as a phenomenal option.
First game was... Oh, you mean the... The first game of Heist? Piper, all right. What's the map? Shooting Star, okay. Definitely a good map for Piper. Definitely a good map for Bonnie or Belle. Why'd I say Bonnie? Bonnie could work though. Bonnie could work if you wanna try something crazy. If they go with a shorter range brawler, you can go with Bonnie. Gus, that's a solid one. Go Doug, absolutely. Doug is a lock.
Like you mentioned, maybe two sharpshooters too much, but Gus fits a great niche where he has the defensive utility he can offer.
I think Juju is a sneaky good pick on this map, too. There's some water for her to take advantage of her slow. There's some grass for range. Juju could definitely work.
Popper, so pretty solid selection for Elevate. Maybe one that
I would be shocked if someone doesn't take Juju, actually.
Elevate has the power also at this last pick. So
Gray?
Something there. We'll see the Gray. This can enable a way of dealing with a potential thrower in the early game. You're also looking at a ton of aggression potential. It's a very mechanically
Wow.
weighted
I guess that's a solid last pick because you don't want them to go. You don't want to lock a thrower or something here and then them go Edgar or Miko or something that you can't deal with them. So I guess RT is a solid pick here. I've started to enjoy RT a lot more for that reason, especially in draft format, because RT has a gadget that instantly charges your super, so you can always have your super in hand.
Too aggressive, maybe something unorthodox.
RT has been more confined, I think, to these bounty maps nowadays. In fact, has really been
RT hella underrated. That's what I'm saying, bro. I like the tick pick. I do like the tick pick. You just got to stay away from the Gray. You don't want to get pulled out of position, but the tick could definitely work. Does a lot of good chip damage. You're not going to pick up a lot of kills, so you're kind of hoping on your snipers to take advantage of the chip damage you're going to do, but it could work. Overall, both teams drafted really, really well here. I kind of want to give a slight edge to Elevate just because of the tick pick. They took tick picks. They got tick picks. Just because of tick doing the chip damage, but if the tick gets stuck out in the open or something like that, or gets pulled out of position, it's definitely going to swing the game.
We'll see the mid matchup as well. Typically, it's Tick that picks up the blue star. This time, Patchy is going to let Levy take it. It's going to rely on the rest of the Elevate roster.
See, this is what you didn't want to have. You didn't want to give up left lane and then have the RT raining down on you. Unsolicited tick picks.
Three shots from Patchy. Again, which is, you expect the Tick to sort of pick up some free damage there, but Levy's making sure that Patchy does not get anything that he doesn't pay for himself. So we're still a long way away from that head-first super, which, like we mentioned against...
No Mandy? That is actually a good point. No Mandy, which is actually kind of... See, this is what you didn't want to happen to Tick here.
Here comes that head-first. It's just blown up straight away.
He got saved by the wall, though. No Grom. I can understand Grom. He's going to struggle in competitive a little bit more when people know to dodge.
Block that pull from Levy. Thankfully, he wasn't close enough to be indestructible to be pulled through. He's got another super as well. Get a bit of aggression.
Tick's got super right now. It's coming in. Vegeta with the curve shot. Onside tempo. It's 2-1 lead now. You got a hypercharged Tick head coming in. It blows up. There's lots of mines on the map. A lot of chip damage can happen here. Tick's doing damage. Tick is doing damage. He just needs someone to help him just to finish off kills. Vegeta picks up another kill on the left side. 4-1. Nice little advantage. You just can't have Vegeta go down here. Everyone else can die. Well, one other person can die. Uh-oh. There's the Tick head.
Obviously clued in to follow up, but was just a little bit too late and absolutely missed the mark on that final finishing shot. Only 15 seconds to go.
RT's low. RT is low.
One star separates these two teams.
Shield on Vegeta. That's clutch. Ooh. Oh, they got the whole team wipe. I watched RT die, and then I looked over to the right, and I watched RT get a kill, and then I looked over to the right, and everyone else went down. Dude. Man. And that's why you can't get crunched like that.
For Zeta Vision, but I gotta hand it to them. Their target priority, Tick would have been the easiest kill for them.
Vegeta missing when it really counts, yeah.
Expand their lead by going for him last, since he is not a
Gus tried to pick up a kill on the RT, and he had him low, to be fair, but RT popped off a super and deleted him with one hit.
With 45 seconds left on the clock,
RT's low. RT's low. He's got 500 HP. Oh, he healed. That's unfortunate, man. They lost a kill and they couldn't get a return kill, a revenge kill. Vegeta has Bell in one-shot range. Not anymore. She's healed up.
A virtual 1 versus 1. They just came out of a map where they were forced into a number of those single brawler assignments. They might be able to find success there, but so far so good for Zeta. They've got no reason to take any risks here.
Zeta Division's synergy has also come back online. We saw the hook from Levy. And
Bell's one shot right now.
The lanes shift as well.
She's healed up.
Now on the right lane versus Evex. Vegeta shifting over to the left. He's got to fight.
They need to crunch. They need to gain more control because they're down 3-0.
Patchy also throwing down the head first.
The ideal kill is on RT. If they pick up an RT kill, it's tied. Although they have the blue star, so they're gonna need 2 kills no matter what, because they don't have the blue star. There's a slowing mine on the left side too. Just very pokey right now, very standoffy.
Look a little uninspired now. The question is, what is their plan supposed to be? Is it about Vegeta landing consecutive shots? He's got to use homemade recipe to secure them. Patchy can assume some map control behind a hyper.
There's a homemade recipe, but it's not enough. 19 seconds. They need to pick up 2 kills. They need 2 kills. They do hit the tick head on the left side, on the right side. He's hiding right in the corner. 1800. 8 seconds. Ooh. They pick up the RT kill. Do they get another? Do they get another? Do they get another? Nope. Unfortunate. They got the RT kill. They needed 1 other kill, and unfortunately, they didn't get it.
Icarus flew a little too close to the sun there. Got too close to RT in close range.
Very pokey match in that second game. They lost a kill early, and it just became a very stalematy match.
Much better than in game number 1, though. They escaped by the skin of their teeth. They were backed into a corner in really a second longer.
I think the early kill is what really hurt them. Obviously, dying early and giving up that 3-0 lead immediately, where it allowed Zeta to just turtle up and play super passive. And if you just and they needed 2 kills to guarantee a comeback, which is just a lot of pressure. You know, if it's 1 kill, maybe, you know, which is how it was the first game. Elevate had the early kill, and they only had a 1 lead advantage because they didn't pick up the blue star. And after that, it was a lot easier for Elevate. Yes, they ended up winning 11-4 or whatever it was. Yeah, 11-4. But that was because they all pushed at the same time. They only needed 1 kill.
Interference there. And this is when they end up running into the RT. Looks to Tampo, top of your screen. Drops the legs and comes straight forward. He says, watch out. I'm coming for you.
It's a matchup that you win in close range. Like, finally,
Vegeta missed way too many shots there. I think it's because they knew to respect Vegeta's Piper after the first game. And after Heist. All right, now we got another stalemating mode. We got Knockout coming up.
They generate pressure, but Zeta Division, they didn't bend to that will at all. We saw Tampo in the back right, didn't really even care. The hypercharged tick super came out, no one cared at all. They didn't even think enough to prioritize him in terms of a last-minute kill in game number 1. I think Elevate, they went something that was really on Zeta Division's level. This is a more
so far it's 2-1 Elevate Zeta. Elevate dominated Heist. Truthfully, Zeta dominated Gem Grab, but I think Bounty could have gone either way, really. Obviously, Zeta won it, but I don't think it was like a pure stomp like the scores, like 2-0 sweep suggests. The first game was very close, and then the third game, 1 mistake early on cost Elevate the game. So, out in the open again? Is that what this is called? Yeah, out in the open. All right, now we got bans coming up. So our bans are going to be Angelo, Gene, Lumi, Kit, J Young, Piper. Yo, Uber said the F word during last set. Did he actually? Oh, man.
If you remember, they went Angelo, Meeple, and Hank, which is a pretty dissonant composition. The Meeple and Hank works if you have more of a control-based comp that's able to move forward gradually.
Brock.
Here comes the Brock from Zeta Division. A far departure from what they ran yesterday. This is going to be breaking open the wall at mid. Usually, you wouldn't need this.
First, crazy pick, Brock, first pick. I mean, it's solid. Yeah, jam draft, 100%. We're already off to a jam draft right here. Let me see the Tara pick. Let me see an RT. Let me see a Gus.
Get a bubble over those walls, and there was no thrower in the composition from Elevate, so it didn't really look like it matched up. The Zeta Division players caught inside those mentions were never really threatened as a result of it, just held in place.
There's a Gus right there. I called it. Let me see a Gus. There it is. We're going to get an RT, too. I see it happening.
Gives you a bit of inevitability or kill confirm potential. Being able to, make use of that star power on your super, knocking people back.
I actually think they're going to go Eve. I actually think they're going to go Eve because of the water.
Reasonable damage.
This is true.
Hey, there's another one. So far, jam draft, 100%.
Bit of a risk. Shooting Star was a different
Hell?
conversation. Out in the open, you can go
Bell, Brock.
try and get a pick early on and then win the 3.
I joked about the Gus. Definitely a jam draft. Holy jam draft. I joked about the Gus because, like, I have played a little bit more Gus lately, but Brock and Bell are definitely two staple brawlers for me.
Impacts Zeta Vision's ability to go something like Buster, for example, that wants to stay close to the teammates. Yeah, so Zeta Vision, we also know that they're very good at that. So this can secure things a little bit more for Elevate.
Let's see what they do here. There it is, RT! RT! Jam draft! Jam draft! I just want to say I've called out 3 out of the 4 brawlers. I think Eve is coming on, depending on what this brawler is. If it's not Eve, if they go with an aggro brawler here, they won't go Eve. But if they go with another passive brawler, I think they go Eve on Elevate side. Ooh, another jam brawler. Holy moly. I like judging drafts by what brawlers a person likes instead of how good they are. That is true. This is scripted. This is going to go. This is Eve on the left side. I think this is 100% Eve. Just because OG is the coach, I think they go Eve here. Oh, wow. Kenji. I don't love the Kenji pick because RT hard counters Kenji with a super in hand. He's not gonna two-tap. He's not gonna two-tap a squeak. 5 out of 6 jam draft. Yep. So I think really Kenji's gonna be trying to focus on getting the Brock down. If they get the RT down early, Kenji can pop off, but he's not gonna struggle into the squeak, but he's gonna have a hard time killing the squeak because squeak is a pretty tanky brawler, you know. And look, you got him on the wrong side. You don't want him going into the RT because the RT gets a super, the Kenji's done. Evix is just eating shots, bro. He tried to get into position. He ate 2 squeak shots.
And now Squeak can really start to punish you in that choke and lock you out of the map a little bit now as one after one, those globs are threatening big damage on Elevate as they try and get into the center.
That was wind up on the right side as well.
All right, now they got some control. But he's got to be real. Kenji's got to be real careful around that RT. If he gets too close to that RT and he pops his super, he's done for. Kenji's going to be useless for half this game. True. If he can get close to the Brock or they lose their Bell, if he can get close to the Brock or the Squeak, he will do well. RT's down. All right, Kenji can thrive here. If he gets his super, oh, he takes down the Squeak. He just needs to dodge a couple of shots here. Oh, oh, Kenji popping off.
Was trying to bet it out. He knew it would be coming. The invulnerability frames offered by Slashimi give Evix such a massive advantage in that 1 versus 1. The upshot at least is that Suzuki.
He pulled it off, man. That was wild. All right, let's see what we got next. Again, the RT is the big problem for Kenji. They need to get, if they get the RT down early, Kenji can definitely thrive, but it's not easy. That is true. A hypercharge from Kenji can do a lot of work here. Also, getting a shield from Patchy onto Evix would definitely be clutch here. He was useless half the game, but on the other half, he cooks. True. 90-45. Ooh. Nope. 2 clutch supers from Levy. Secured that right-hand side. Patchy's going to go down. He should just hang out in the smoke and feed super. Or instead of feeding super, he should go down in the smoke. He's not going to win this 2v3. Yeah. Instead of feeding super, he should have gone down in the smoke, but it's okay. He only fed a couple of shots, so it's not the end of the world. Match point. Evix. Again, they need to get rid of this RT. The RT is the big problem. Evix can thrive without the RT on the map, but with him, he's got to play very cautious. Ooh, Vegeta goes down. That's unfortunate. That hurts a lot. That was their grouping punish. That was more chip damage from afar to help Evix out. There's a lot of work to do here. And Patchy's going to dive into a 3-on-1. He takes one with him, but unfortunately, it was not the RT. It was the Squeak. He does have super that can save him. Does he get the kill? No, he doesn't. 1400 on the onside tempo, and it is over.
It's easy pickings there. And Zeta Division execute on this plan where the Squeak is looking terrifying.
Still pretty good there from Avex in the final moments.
Vegeta selling this early.
Could have taken down RT.
Yeah, Vegeta sold that third round. Vegeta kind of sold. I didn't exactly see what happened to him on the right side there, but unfortunately, them going down one guy that early, Patchy was able to try to save it a little bit, but it was too little. They do have control now. That is nice. Avex just needs to dodge a little bit here. He doesn't want to take extra damage while he's marked here. All right, Avex marked again. Unfortunately, they're going to keep marking him. I think that's their main thing, is to try to keep Avex marked. That way, if he takes any damage, it's doubled. Or 50% more. Oof. A lot of damage. Vegeta goes down. No kills from Vegeta. That is it. All right, one more. This is actually match point right here, guys. Zeta might clutch. Zeta clutches here. The set's over, man. They got to get that mark on the RT and take the RT out. And then let Avex cook. This was so fast. Vegeta carrying on Heist, but now he's selling. All right, so they got a mark on RT. That is very good. That's what they want. Now they just need to get the RT down. He should be their first to focus. All right, so they got Brock low. RT's marked. He's in a spot where people can hit him. Gus goes down. Unfortunately, it's 2v3. Oh, the RT's down. RT's down. This is Avex's time to shine. This is why they took him. This is why they took Kenji. Oof, 300. Nope. Too bad. That's game, man. Match point. Elevate move. Zeta redeems themselves in loser's bracket. Elevate is eliminated. Feels bad, man.
There are a few constants in Brawl Stars. And the East Asian Kings of Brawl making a top 4.
They sold so badly. Yeah, Brock's area damage is kind of hard to dodge. Like, let's be real about that. And then, constantly getting marked from RT. Avex kind of like trying to find a way to go in, but not being able to ever get there was very unfortunate. Like, they needed him to cook a little bit more, and unfortunately that RT pick kind of locked them in. I didn't love it as a last pick. I would have preferred them to go with something a little more passive, personally, but, what are you going to do, man? Vegeta dying early definitely hurt them a lot, too. All right, chat.
They're able to stand tall amongst the very best teams in the world. I'm blown away by what we've seen.
I missed my vote for MVP. Fuck. All this watching of Brawl Esports, and I've gotten no points from it. Chat, we've been going for a little while. Jelly and I have some stuff we want to do, so I think I'm going to wrap up now. It was a cool stream. I'm glad you guys enjoyed doing esports as much as you did. Feels good. I was, again, like I said, I was nervous about streaming today. I didn't know what we were going to do, and I didn't know how you guys would feel about doing a watch party. So in the future, when I have such a vibe stream, that's cool, man. It's cool. So in the future, when I have Saturdays off and there's esports, I'm down to do more in the future. This was really chill. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, man. I like it. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind when we have Saturday streams, that we can always do watch parties and you guys will actually enjoy it. At least the core guys will. We might not attract new people, but at least you guys will enjoy it. So anyway, that's going to do it today. Thank you guys for hanging out. I might stream tomorrow. Maybe we'll do this again tomorrow. I got to talk to Jelly about it. Watch EMA monthly finals. That's like super early in the morning for me, man. That's like, got to remember, man, I'm a NA, so depends on the time, Anyway, that's going to do it today. Maybe I'll do this tomorrow. Like I said, there are things that me and Jelly want to get done tomorrow, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to swing it or not. So we'll see how this goes. If not, I think this week I should be okay to do a couple of streams, maybe even a crazy video. Maybe we farm up a video and then I get it edited and get it ready to go. I don't know. We'll see how this week goes. I hate trying to tell you guys something and then not being able to commit to it because I don't know how the week's going to go. But I know I need to get back into making content and I need to get back into streaming and being consistent. It's just, you know, I'm busy. I'm busy, man. Anyway, chat, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you guys. I will see you guys soon, though. If not tomorrow, then probably at some point later in the week, all right? GG's. Thank you, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.